wasted too much time on you, and I don't wanna think like you do, 'cause I've not got the mind to find the truth. Taken all my life from me to stand right here and see that I always had the thing I need. I don't wanna look back, falling too fast. My heart's got bruises. Try to put myself first, but I can't 'cause it hurts too much to lose this. My heart's got bruises. It hurts too much to lose this. Stuck waiting on you to play. Please tell me you know what to say. That's all I need to make me stay. But it's too much to ask you. Easier for you to find an excuse, and I've not got the mind to find the truth. You stuck in reverse, 'cause I got it first. Don't you tell me you're feeling hurt, 'cause you wouldn't listen if I scream. I can't take this and we won't make it. But you knew this, 'cause my heart's got bruises. Try to put myself first, but I can't 'cause it hurts too much to lose this. Too much to lose this. My heart's got bruises, 'cause it hurts too much to lose this. Too much to lose this. 'Cause it hurts too much to lose this.
When the sun sets, I'm ready to let go, 'cause that's all I know. Just wanna dance the night away. 'Cause it seems to me that we choose to be lost souls in a world of possibility. You gotta let go, feel the music in your soul, 'cause nothing else matters tonight. You gotta get loose. gotta get loose. Move your feet. No use. Feeling your bleed. The truth will set you free. Get lost in the beat. Get loose, baby. Move your feet. No use. Feeling your bleed. The truth will set you free.
Hey, yo, welcome back, everyone. And it's the first time, just going to give it a little cheeky test on YouTube just to see what the analytics are like, and more importantly, how things come across to everyone out in the World Wide Web. How YouTube is compared to Twitch. Twitch is where my home is, and thank you very much again for it. I managed to get to the old 7K or 7.1K now, actually, because we had loads of followers all the way through. Now, there's a couple of things that are still not right, and we need to work on some of the commands, like so you can get Twire out. I've got it all ready to go, so I'll be able to copy and paste as I can into chat. Anyway, pretty stacked lobby. There are other events on. Generally, more names that you're going to know coming into, as we are with the PLA, so Pro League Hub, the best of the best when it comes down to the exclusive PC PUBG players being able to get themselves to practice in and get ready for those big events. Now, enough being said, let's throw ourselves over. It is going to be best of 6, and we're going to start with Miramar. So I'll catch you guys in 1 minute. Here we go with a wonderful match number 1. I believe, if I actually get it right, I'm actually type number 2. No, we got match number 1 with a north to northeast down towards the southwest, and actually they're playing really favouring that sort of northwest corner. So wouldn't be surprised if we might get a sort of El Pozo, that style of circle, but it could be wrong. Could bounce itself down towards that Picard. Could even go a little further way back towards that north to northeast corner. AA though, after have gone out early doors, or after all, straight away down and out. Looks like our VNT team, which is our VNut. Don't have a logo, so they have a bit of a random makeshift just name out there. Events now going down. Our Roses going up over. I've got a couple of mixed teams as well. So one of our mixed teams, though, which is sort of sending its way out, looks like they're trying to extend themselves over towards that sort of El Pozo way, as it is the Marcy mix heading over that neck of the woods. Underneath that, though, is Static Mix. They actually do take that Monty. So this is the Marcy Mix. Our Static Mix is down here as well. The ARG guys. It looks like they've changed their thing. Ghetto Gang do take El Pozo. As I've actually now updated, we do have the correct logo for Jenny Ryden. Is now, they used to have the Spider. They're now actually contesting with Vorpal Sword as we land up in Cruz Valdemar. Solo go late. M4's take for Chummers. We haven't got Heroic in here. The Woo going between them and BFG, Bitfix Gaming. How extend towards that El Bandita. Castanis, mate, honestly, guys, I love your new logo. Great. Definitely worth to see. And on to Mix, who I've got these guys down as Ven. They are down by that outside, that sort of east-hand side of San Martin. And Will Die do take up that San Martin Bix. So actually, couple of congestions here. Looks like we've got a split here from our GNR guys. And if I'm honest with you, the guys the other day, I've been testing the last couple of days. So the guys the other day, very, very strong. Always ending in that sort of secondary place. I'm able to get the clutch eventually, but not really doing the level of damage they needed to. They are wrapping themselves away. And the Pepper gets up and over and should get clear front of the mountain to start with the rest of the boys. Now zone does come up north, it does go to the northwest. Their final players now come out as Vorpal Sword are the only ones remaining now in Valdemar. But they're going to get a nice clean run up towards that sort of west hand side, so to speak. So again, not a bad zone. A little bit off though on that top side. Rose though sitting very much comfortable in one of the main towns, and for me, it's screaming creative fields. We might even people get a little cheeky Oasis ending. So I'll be keen to see how that develops and works. But we're definitely going to see these teams migrate through. Definitely more teams are out on that south side. So I think we might see a couple of contentions, but mostly I think we'll see people sort of heading towards that middle section, or that middle lane, and then obviously work their way up and round from there. So expect a bit more traffic, but in and around sort of that Crater Field's high ground. Maybe see some people extend out towards Oasis, but I think more people will be looking at this going, hey, it's going to be sort of a south to southwest approach. How's everyone doing anyway? Obviously the birth of my son, so was on Tuesday, hence why I was meant to be casting, and then obviously not getting themselves over, and then obviously getting ourselves ready to go. I will obviously, as I do see things come up in chat, I will try and keep on top of them as best I can. That's pretty why it's not working, because there's a character limit. I need to figure out YouTube. Someone just said, hey, give it a test stream, Mark. Give it a test stream on YouTube and let us know what you think. Other qualms with YouTube, I've just always been very much favouring for Twitch. And actually, to be fair, I actually started back on Mixer that long ago. Oh, disgusting. There goes our first kill. That's our VNT. Peanut. Do lose one. Extending over. He's done 9. Closest here. As he does sort of retreat slightly as August is down. That's the remainder amount of the team to, I suppose, hold the angles. So we're going to see some more. I said definitely in and around the sort of middle section here. I feel like we're going to get the stack of people. Keep an eye on some of these rotations that are coming in. Marbo, again, always big did my man up, Marbo. Rotating that spell in as they take, I say for me, one of the stronger areas here. Marbo's going to have to get a med on, but this section here is very, very strong, especially if it does pull back that way. Leash, though, being high up here. So it looks like Win or Die got a 3-1 split. You see this a lot, especially with Northern Knights, aka Twisted Minds now. And we'll take the high ground here, so expect some of these players like Leash to take some high ground as well. And Leash being one of the guys that does normally take the high grounds. Wobble Sword already nicely in, Go Gang trying to take some shots and defend their compound as Wobble Sword do put up in the top side. Rose, sorry. Oh, Leash does get the long distance. That's taking a bit of heat himself, but be keen to end this quickly. And the smoke's not quite right. I think I'm going to try and find an angle that using the car to block. Gonna have to get that smoke out nicely there. Oh, hasn't got the meds here. Back to the lobby. Now popping out the smoke that he needs. That car will give him a level of cover. They're unable really to finish the knock that he's got. Now it looks like he's just hunting around for maybe another kill. Looks like Win or Die we're going to extend out and maybe try and push this. Most teams now in M4 Solo and the Woo, remaining teams coming in. Rose with a nice 2-2 split as they take some of the Crater Field. Crater Field is taken though by Static Mix in and around that. AA gone very much from north side, favouring for a sort of north rotation to Oasis. And look, guys, I'll be back in it as well. I'm not going to lie. BFG on the west hand side. Marbo Taking initial shots though. As our 2 a.m. team come rolling through, which is our on-2 mix. Room for improvement. Very split. It's quite dangerous for teams that come lurking in this neck of the woods. Castanis, as I mentioned before, he's free at the moment, but oh, hit the tyre. Great control there from 2 a.m. Oh, room for improvement. Stop that. On 2 a.m. boys. Might have just got away, but talk about some outstanding driving. Just keeping that team alive, keeping that car controlled as the back end was whipping out. Are you sure? Even wasn't a loss of time, it was just loss of control, but able to control it. 2 a.m. able to hold in themselves into water treatment. Not too much happening. I think these teams are sort of feeling themselves like it is best of 6 this evening. Tino mix going back the other way. Get a gang other sides. Again, a very strong position, but a position that you really don't want. Another team like BFG, these guys are quite high. They're able to get a nice clear hit on this ridgeline here. And this ridgeline, especially at this point, I suppose, actually I say clear from about here around. This is the key area where the compound is, where you see teams will bully over the top. While we're continuing to chase the 2 a.m. guys, they are stall now on the momentum around. I wonder if they're going to maybe stop up in this compound. Looks like they are digging out a little bit more, and the map is about to go, so that might be a bit of a telltale sign. As the zone does shift back down, it goes for a well, I suppose a south to southeast corner, but Nox coming in. Ghetto gang, yeah, got shot in the back here. Now, getting an element of revenge back, and they do get the knock and the confirm, as we do see the Woo also getting the knock out of them, as Castanis, sorry, our free man, actually doing the damage. They need to start rotating through. This kind of zone here, RFI, room for improvement, very, very happy here. Roses will be happy that they've got that 2-2 split, and that's going to pay off for them. Our GNR team centralized up. Win or die centralized up. Leos, no need for him to move. And we've seen him lurk out here, even closely going towards that sort of blue section. Able to sort of really try and capitalize on our mixed team. Will now need to work back. And Tech is now under fire. There's going to gang store. Taking initial shots over. Let's play 4. As I said, this is a scrim. Got loads coming up next year. Obviously, I'm pleased that we've got, obviously, with VMix has opened the doors up, working with Chunk. Such an amazing caster, such depth of knowledge from an IT guy as well. And obviously, got Chunk's League, so we're looking at what we can do. And I was nearly going to have him produced this evening, but we've got to come up with a couple of technical issues. When I'm getting ready, the mix team going to roll in here. Marcy's mix going to come straight past this one. Not going fully up there. Actually, do have an anchor point, and ow, get some good tabs, but just not getting the knock that he needs. We'll retreat back and able to hold in the bowl, give him a bit of pressure release. Now though, are further around, and there's the adjacent here as mix do work their way up the hillside. Hello gang, now pulled up on Roses. Roses with a 2 split, 2-2 split. Now need to get the defensive. Hello gang. Shots going clean, not getting his man, but actually getting knocked himself. And Roses do hold, and Roses actually, sorry, not as a 2-2, they've actually pulled back now. It's a 3-1. As the guys are ready to push. Sunshine going down, Ghetto Gang, April's gone down, and Ghetto Gang, their attack is unfortunately, it was the last guy left down this neck of the woods. Blazer's just a bit too far out, as you can see him in the town top of that map. He's taking a long distance, might be able to stop it here. We're getting ready to get the shots. Oh no, that's what you don't need. Static mix though, causing huge issues. Roses, looks like they're going to try and clear this one out as quickly as they can. Nade's going out, they know the kill feed. Unable to get that lucky nade. That mix has to work, and Blaze, unfortunately for him, find himself down to a 1. If G now needs to rotate themselves in, they are slow store, causing problems for teams as he is holding up high. After all, crash on room for improvement. That's a loss both sides. Back down as well. looking for improvement now. They've got the 1, so it's a 2-on-3 fight. Limbo just trying to get the smoke out so he can get out. Great nade. Marbo's had to retreat. Taking some hits, though, for 49. Grabbing his way around. He's trying to get the nade in. Nade does go in. Doesn't cause the damage. He does push away from that wall. Trying to stick the med on. Q1. 3 fire for the second. Great shots, though. Down to 1 shots now, so work on this one. Oh! Room for improvement. Wrapping a wave round. Marbo able to find that one, but unsure that they've got final player here for after all. Let's see if he can make the magic happen. He gets 1. Free fire on Marbo. Marbo tucking himself back in, not quite connected as best as he wanted to. Flash gun over. Shotgun coming out as Marbo's going to make the push. He gets him clean. This actually will allow me to test this. Now, does it do that or that? Oh, that. Perfect. So then I can go. Can I go that? Oh, yeah. There you go. Move improvement. Winner, chicken dinner. Action replay. Okay, replays are working. Little test. Little diva. Into top of the hill. 2 AM. They go down. As Waffles all get the clean cut there. They were just getting caught during that fight. And Roses also get the crash here. Gianardo. Oh, nearly whips round. Second gets him. Gianardo continues to move forward. Roses now lose 1 on the push. Still trying to take the hit. Roses with that wide angle. Gianardo going to be unable to get what they need. Great shots. Both just really working the angles down. Roses down to a 2. Flash has gone up and over. There's 1 flash. Going to go for the second flash now. Gets the secondary flash. He is trying to stick that res. Actually, I like his backs off that res. He'll die. Might even have the angle shortly. Oh, great knock. Might have time to get the res in. Rose is not pushing in, holding out that single shack. Who were on the back foot after that initial engagement, now find themselves up on a 2, and they know with this last player. Macro gets 1. As the confidence is raining out. GNR again the other day, back to back strength in seconds, 2 seconds back to back, and definitely in the top 4 most, not consistently on that one. Big push for it. Rose is now going to go for the final play. Let's tab up our boy. Good flash. Oh, he's coming behind him. Oh, didn't check the room. Jenny going down, 15th place. 14 teams now remain. Vorpal's all taking some hits as Castanis looks like they've split themselves up. Had a bit of an argument as they wrap themselves around. Don't forget this is open ground here, so after this first team looking for looks like maybe loot out here. The Wu taking the compound room for improvement. I said it early doors. In the strength, in the zone. This is really going to be the ones coming through. Versus tucking it. Room M-Force. They've taken How. How needs to make the move as well. Not much here. 16 also says the same. BFG needs to figure out what they're going to do, but Laos, again, as I mentioned, a couple of zones back. He doesn't like to move straight off the bat on this one, so Laos, the man who might get this one. BFG below. Base 4, this is going to hurt. That's when you think about his momentum out of here as well. Castanis losing 1, will die. Look at the team with the split, causing huge amounts of issues. BFG wrapping away. Lash will get a clean run now as the team's now away from this section. This one of the cars are through. BFG straight down over. Mad. We've got 1. 2. Can he get the third? Himself back as he needs to put more ammo in the chamber. 5-5 is just hammering it as Hal picks up a little cheeky 3-pack there. So quick check, I just want to remember the button that is. Look at this, let's go back and have a look at this. Good movement those as BFG had to play away from it, and they've done well. They've put themselves in a great position, but there's one as they did overextend. There goes the second, has to get the able. So the pressure is really not coming straight in there from the lads, and then able to get the final one there, down and out. Zono turning itself down as trying to use the east hand side as best they can. Quite find his man. Purple sword though, having a little cheeky peek. He sees some momentum, he gets come out the backside. Now find himself in another engagement. There's another kill on the board now. How able to get another kill on, but I was getting further here. M4 Stone needs to be cautious as they've got to now use their smokes to defend as they are out of zone. Zone is pushing back, room for improvement again. The team which has got the strength position. Strength position as a 2-2 split might fall apart now as we do have M-Force and the Woo trying to really push this section, the south side of the zone. Marbo. They look like they're going to go. Double now pushed himself over. Oh, great nade. Does get one. Enforced, they push back the other way, so they're going to dodge that U2 as they still remain quiet. Although, pushing through the middle. Yes, second. Enforced down to left final player, wrapping themselves around. Runs the guy who's only causing the damage. Now we see the mixed team. Look at them crashing themselves in. The Woo doing the same. Marbo resulting. Oh, room for improvement going down between Castanis, M-Force and the Woo. And then we find Ibby goes straight down as our mix though. They play aggressive. Master mix though, straight in. The Woo though, very bad area. It all starts with fourth mission. Quizzy's going to be the guy that's going to win this one. He gets one. Quizzy goes down to one shot. Back to the lobby now, trying to take the fight to him. Has to get himself up on the feet. As Quizzy unable to get the medal. He continues to push through. Does go down. The Woo down to their final as well. And this is not great. They're going to eventually get the angle. It's going to be heads, and there they go. The Woo goes out in 9th place, not making a point part in the mix now. They situate themselves down very much on the outside. And let's see, there's a one confirm happened as the mix lose one. Goes to 6 kills. Continues to push forward. Mix on the hold. M-Force sneaking away and getting themselves down. Towards the compound. Castanis though taking the compound as well. They went from a 3 to a 2. Big kills in here. M-Force. We are in a point pot now. Purple Sword though are wrapping up on the outside here. Will die. Very happy. And we do have Blazer who is just lurking his way. And he's seen his player. Nade is cooked. Nade's over the top. Oh, he pushes away. That's going to draw the attention now. Takes some shots initially, goes down, but Ghetto Gang find themselves with a little cheeky extra point as they go out in 8th place. Will die. They hold that northwest corner. Mix, you have moved in. Nice aggressive move here from Rose. They did get them. They did capitalize on that knock between that initial fight. I don't know if they dropped the ball, but great shots on. I had to force the guys as Fragger turns round. Instant nade out on both parties in the exchange, and that heal, that nade is just going to roll and not get the desired effect they needed. But Rose go for 7, get a bit thin of the pack as Zone now pushes through. Win or die. Aggressive play. They want to take the southeast corner or southwest corner now from that northwest. then extends himself over here in the gunshots. I think they would have rather this fight still happen a bit longer. TNT out. 5 teams remain. We're about to go top 4 now. Mixed team though with a slight splitters. They are using the numbers they've got. Bit of a hole. Win or die. It looks like they've stopped the push now, because if that fight was still happening, I think that would have been a different story. They do go down. Look at Vorpal sword split. Very 2-1-1 hold. It's outside the zone here. Wait for them to burn. All 3 best. That will help, but he's going to need the boys a bit more time. Gonna recall back rounds. Oh my god, look at that. 1 HP. 2 HP. Good shots. Win or die. Hold the high. Now I've got a 2 split though, so I'm gonna go think about for this pusher. He's gonna have to hold very. Again, if he doesn't go back towards this compound, it's gonna favour both these teams. Vorpal sword will have to move in as well. Vorpal sword getting returned as Win or die. Who's what? Such a big ground now to cover. Util has gone out. Util will bounce, but it'd be too short. That ground is just too much. That's taking a chesty. Team, remain 13 left alive. We've just gone over 25 on the clock. It's game number 1, don't forget. We are best of 6 this evening. So using the outside. Vorpal sword needs to tunnel. They're trying to hold too much. I think they need to wait for the zone to go. Get the 30 in at the very end there. Zone's just going favouring the compound. So Win or die, I suppose, the only team really not capitalising that one, as they do lose the zone, but they're going to wrap themselves down towards that southwest. There isn't a dip they can go in. Compounds will cause them some issue. Vorpal sword be happy. There's so much open space they can play. It sounds like they're going to bring the vehicles in just slightly here. Mixed team though, they pushed their way all the way off this high side. They've got 1 full ridge, but it is running out, and it is hard to fight going up here. But prone, ready, positioned, waiting for the momentum to come round. But I feel like Vorpal sword and Win or die are the next 2 teams to go at it. It's still a tinker on the edge. Looks like Vorpal sword putting the smoke down. Looks like they want to aggressively go forward. Good down you two. That's done some damage. And Win or die is the one that's gone aggressive. Using the car to get as much ground as they can. Vorpal sword though have split. As the utility is just coming through. Wicked covering over the top, stopping the push. The bit the wrap is coming further around. There's 1, there's 2, back to back. It's going to draw the attention. Should see him go through the middle. There's the 3rd. Trying to find the last players. They now heard him yell. Oh, that Unade is on a point as Vorpal sword execute, not the aggressor. Win or die pushed over. I didn't go as far as they needed to, but they done what they had to when it come down to it. Great split. Definitely worked themselves favours. Top 4 teams though do remain. Enforce though. They've been a little cheeky one-man for a while. Castanis were only started as a 3, I believe. They're now down to a 2. On Mixed though, they are down as a 2 as well, as a pre-fire coming up. Mixed though have got a different game plan, really, as they're able to use a reach. But phase 7, we'll go phase 8 after, and it will be centralised up. So we should go to the wire game number 1. Hope everyone is doing okay this evening, and welcome everyone to the stream. Numbers are not what I'm used to, not going to lie. I'll take my 33s. YouTube, brand new. I'm 10. Let me know though if you're having issues, if there are hit rate issues, sound, audio, whatever it might be. Please, as I said, I'm just testing. I'm still working through VMix, checking the features, making sure it's set up correctly. That's done this. I love the logo. The Conquer was good. I'm not gonna lie, that bit wasn't perfect. M-Force need to move. It's turning itself up. There's only one place it could go, really. So, again, Mix can't really come further around. There's a great hold here. If they will try to wrap on this east side, will cause them some issues. Natural. The other sections, there is a dip here that they could get themselves into, and the compound is blind this side. But the problem with Vorpal Sword being this high across the bat, they've got like a rock cover here. They've got a wonderful ridgeline that can continue to hold. As long as they stop the movement round, so Mix can't duck in towards sort of this section here, they'll be okay. M-Force though the same. We might see him go the other way in, but you're either going to go into the compound, maybe try and lay low, try and hold out again. But after this one, it will go to the wire, and it's such a hard momentum shift here because of Vorpal Sword in the driving seat to take the win. Just that spread, they got the higher ground, they got a little bit, well, not hard cover, these massive rocks they can play. They can stop teams moving around on this sort of north side. They can stop teams moving around on the south side. Castanis just need to hold tight as they are in the compound. So kind of up to M-Force and the Mix now to really figure out, hey, like, we need to make something happen, and we've got to kind of dodge the bullets here from Vorpal Sword. They played it well. They knew they had to take it away. They had to take it away from the boys. Oh, shot from Win or Die. Win or Die did push off that sort of West Hand heel, as you just see come off on that camera there, but done well. And again, Win or Die, nice aggressive attack on them on Vorpal Sword, but they spread themselves out. They got the angles, and 10 kills on the board now. Good start on game number 1 so far from Vorpal Sword. Big star wrapping themselves around. This is where, as I said, they want to try and come in. They're committed to one side. There goes one. Tiger's the last one left now. Castanis though is looking for it. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like they are trying to find him. Smoke is coming. The zone will now force them, but Vorpal Sword don't have to move as quickly. M-Force going to cause an issue. Castanis might drop the ball here as down. Marcy's Mix go down. They do take 4th place for them. Let's get one for M-Force. Gets tabbed in the back, and it goes down straight away. Now Grozer in hand. It's a 4-on-1. Oh, this is a horrible way to go out. Ooh, he's going to go zone, isn't he? He's going to go zone. It's tactical. It's tactical. Here we go. Zone down, done, and dusted. And we're going to queue that one up, ready to roll. But what a outstanding end. Let's have a quick look at that action replay. I just missed that, whipping out with that pre-fire. M-Force go down. Good knock from M-Force. Put Castanis down into a 2. But generally, not a bad start towards game number 1. It's always going to be hard. The zone was going to do too much damage on Vorpal Sword. They put themselves in such a position, they're able to take it quite clean off the bat. And no surprise, Vorpal Sword, though, hitting the match stat leaders. 13 kills. Damage, though, with just over 2k and 9 assists. I don't know why I'm looking at my screen. I've got it right in front of me. 13 kills on the board for them. Castanis only picked up 2, with M-Force picking up 3. Our Mix, though, got a nice cheeky 7. Same as Win or Die. So, again, Win or Die and Vorpal Sword, that clash that whoever was going to win that was always going to be in a position to close it out. Other big mentions, though, room for improvement. Look at that nice little cheeky 7. And Roses also with a nice cheeky 6. Right, let's go for a quick break. That was round number 1, and our Vorpal Sword team did take that. I'll see you guys in 2 seconds, and we'll go for a quick break.
Wasted too much time on you, and I don't wanna think like you do, 'cause I've not got the mind to find the truth. Taken all my life from me, to stand right here and see that I always had the thing I need. I don't wanna look back, falling too fast. My heart's got bruises. Try to put myself first, but I can't, 'cause it hurts too much to lose this. 'cause it hurts too much to lose this.
Your consciousness will now get turned off. Your consciousness will now get turned off. Your consciousness will now get turned off.
Woo! Mate, what game number one? First off the bat, it was outstanding. And YouTube seems to be working. Very good to see. Obviously, the commands are not working quite as I'd like them to. But actually, as a stream, the bitrate seems to be okay. It seems to be holding. Sound comes through okay. It's just this I can't fix, unfortunately. Anyway, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free on here compared to Twitch. And hit that bell for any icons for if we do go live. Oh, and if we do choose to pick to continue working on some... I know I've got special events coming up anyway. And those special events are on YouTube. So we will be doing things over on YouTube as it stands. Anyway, let's have a quick look though at our leaderboard. Sort of no surprise though, taking it up in the first game. Look at that, 23 points, 13 kills. Just talk about setting the bar early on, really, and sort of leveraging the way going forward. Anyway, we've got another Miramar coming up. Sit back, relax. Sandy Shores coming up. Pina Coladas, Miramar, round number 2. Here we go. Match number 2. I'll refresh it correctly. There we go. And we have a south to a north. Now, Miramar's a lot bigger. People think it's... Well, you know, it does favour that sort of east-hand side. But with the size of Miramar, most things will be in. Even from Charm, Picardo, San Martin, Hacienda, Water Treatment, Oasis. Even extension out and you want to go jump, you'll be able to pick the cars and go hit that Monty. Just plain path. Jeremy's got those to offer. El or Los Leones always be good. Minus El Bandita. We then go, unlike the other rounds, we're going to have that Cruz de Vel, El Hazard, Impala, all up to grabs as well. And let's see to see who goes out late. Or as I cough, I just about hit that mute button. Hopefully, the action replays are working correctly, and now I know they're working. I'll start applying things like the overlays. And the great thing is, I can actually capture I've captured like 6 action replays from that, and I can play all 6 if I need to during things like breaks, etc. Or we can I don't know, we can do best action replay of the evening or other something like that. Anyway, looks like our RS boys are dropping BNT. Might be going for the long drop. Vehicles are in play. Roses are further out, so they're going for it, but BNT will get the vehicles. So shift though might change that as it does come late on that flight path from north to northeast. Offers us generally not a bad zone. What's in? 2 AM. They're going to be able to situate themselves up sort of hacienda way. This sort of section over here is going to be key. This does tinker on the edge of actually really good, or from a caster's point of view, really good from a Miramar, because it generally gives players everything that Miramar has to offer. We say this a lot, but we do have wonderful low ground. We have the high grounds and mountains that we saw play with Win or Die last game. But we also have the towns, cities, compounds, and in and around the compounds, all the dips, crevices, and everything else from a field. So generally speaking, loads of options, and it will favour. So some teams and players will favour certain things in this type of zone, and they will be able to work on that, or maybe position themselves in and around. First knock go comes up. Oh, and drop shot, just missed it. He goes on to 1 HP. He won't be happy with that. Oh, and I pressed the wrong button, which is, I think, is it that one? Here's that one, perfect. I've done that once on console, and I was like, not on console, on PC, when I first started streaming, I was like, what the hell is that? I had no idea how to get it on, and I put it up on Twitter, and someone on Twitter went, hey, Mark, do you know it's just that command, blah, 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 and I was like, yeah, sweet, cool, thank you. Now, if I hit it, I can now divide my map, divide my screen off if I really wanted to, or I can actually undivide it. Go gang, looks like they are coming. We will keep an eye on that map, but go gang, trying to seek a little bit of a justice here. Where it's a 2, so I think they'd be aware it's a 2-on-3 push. Actually, the person, so there's the first comm saying that he's coming up on the roof, so Go Gang will be positioning now for this one. GNR dropping himself down, level 1 league after the time. I think he's scared. I don't think he's quite seeing Go Gang as they have lurked into that compound now. Be very, very cautious. I think he's had to play. This is kind of feel like the stance of looting his store right in front of the windows, etc. Not even looking before jumping out. Or trying to jump out. Got a gang though. Oh, they are unlucky for that one. Puts him down to a 1 flash. He's going to go in. Get a gang. You have to get on this very, very quickly. Straight upstairs. Still getting hounded. Needs his boy to catch up. They're continuing the pressure as he does evacuate the building. Put it on the side of his teammates. A good shout here. GNR though have tied themselves down, and we see the adjacent players now coming in. Get a gang with a 2 in the comp. I don't know if they know the final players further around. Nade's gone up. Wrong side. No splash damage here. Right, whip round to the other side. Get a gang though. They don't think they knew Zula was in the compound, and he's actually got it back. He's put it back to a 3-on-2. The any bow, so you can see him. He's on the north side of the road, so he's very cautious. They get one back. Oh, both goes down to 1s here. A pretty bad spot. I think they're trying to isolate. Down. Good kill confirm on that one. Still trying to tab backwards and forwards here. Laser's got the meds that he needs. This way, Get a Gang gotta be smart. Flash. Good flash. Retreating back. Unable to capitalize on that flash. You know, again, they just need to turn themselves. What I like about Get a Gang here is they are using clear, effective communication, and they lost the ball. BNT gone down to Middle Dance. We've missed that one. GNR, teamwork here. Hasn't got the meds. Here's the or the pitter patters of the footsteps going over. And Ghetto Gang head down to their final player, and Blazer, no meds. Gonna find himself on a 3-on-1 very quickly. Football sword, they're getting the mix. You know, though. Oh. He's run out of shots as well. Oh, he gets picked. Jeez. Back and forward though, GNR do capitalize now. Able to stick the teamwork in, but I feel like the boys are a lot tighter. As we lost, mixing on some damage here. Win or die the same. 14 teams though remain. Enforce, the only team are out with our GNR boys that need to try and get themselves in, and a fighting store going on. The Woo Castanes, as Castanes now losing another one. Could he get second? There you go down. So Castanes though do take 14th here, and the Woo 2 kills on the board do hold out the centralized area. After all, with Mix, I believe have lost the 2. Be lucky their compound is clean. Let's have a little scout. That can't be putting them off slightly. Looks like they are fully committed here. Solo gets 1. Gonna die that 2-2 split. Roses though, if we go back to the bigger picture, take a minute to breathe. Static Mix though, very north side. No one really contending really halfway. Most of the teams are down below here. Roses, Win or Die are the closest towards them. 2 AM, going at Hacienda, but when they dropped there. BFG pushed in towards Hacienda compound just on the outside. With that split down towards Bacado. Room for movement over above him as Marvo is taking some initial shots down. BFG is taking the shots back up towards this high ground south of San Martin. M4 though, they're rolling late and they come down by power grid, and we still have, as they are going to push their way around by Los Leones, our GNR Tad, who have taken out Ghetto Gang going out early. But Ghetto Gang being the more aggressor. A room for a massive split here. The Woo, though, they're a little bit further out from Graveyard, taking that small compound in by Minus, as Solo do push in towards Minus. AA high ground above them, but they do have 2 players lurking down below. Mixo did lose the 2. They rotate their way in towards that compound clean, and Vorpal Sword are out on that sort of east-hand side. All teams, though, are wrapped up, and I definitely feel like we'll be looking at but Miramar, as it is to offer, a lot of teams will be taking these initial shots back as forwards, and this is quite standard for that Miramar. Zone's about to shift. Solo's already on that move as well. Look, they're just going right through the middle here. They do evacuate out of Minus. I do fear they're going to be hitting up that little small compound that is where their mixed team is. So they always turn around, and phase 2 has turned, so we might see the change. They are extending down using the ridge line to block out AA as they are catching them in between. So they will be scouting his compounds. Going to be up to the Mix now to really stop the push and make themselves from a 2 to a 22. They are going to be scouting now. Oh, tough from the side from the Woo. Enforce, they wrap in from that west as Rose is coming out northwest corner. Long extension out from our static Mix. We'll try and hold this north side. Again, they've been really the only team out the north side. Vorpal on the east have the high ground here. So they do continue to grow through. 2 AM with a 2-2 split. Now getting themselves in towards compound. Win or die have tightened themselves up as well. The Woo will hold. No change really. GNR still on the outside, still looting. But God, remember they engaged so early on with our Ghetto Gang. Again, I think this will be a little bit more of a quieter couple of zones now. We've got 13 teams, 48 players, and we've just gone over 12 minutes on the clock. And we did see that initial early engagement, and there is the temptation that we might see a little bit between like maybe room for improvements, maybe M-Force get involved here. But generally speaking, I think we're going to see a medium to long range battle, especially on this type of zone. If this zone, which I'm expecting to pull back down towards that sort of southeast corner, it will force a lot of people now to rotate that way, and that will then in turn force a lot of bottlenecks where it comes around to this sort of inside here. Now it does come flat towards the field, and there is some unplayable here, so I do question how far it will pull down here. It might centralize up here, but teams, if it does pull to the east, we've got so many teams out here that need to rotate across there. It's going to cause some issues. I think most teams will be hedging their bets. They're going to go to that sort of west hand side. We've got this open field, we've got open ground where it can end up as well. And again, on the flip side, we might see teams like AA, Vorpal, Sword, and GNR, who've been chasing the zone for a little while as GNR. They need to get themselves in, and we might find teams like the Woo, again, AA maybe to a degree, depends where the zone goes, able to hold multiple teams out. Here comes a shift. It does come east, and that's what I'm talking about. So we're going to see a couple of bottlenecks now. As 2 AM, it looks like they're getting ready to go. BFG need to make a decision on what time do they move, and do they maybe try and capitalize on this movement here from 2 AM, as they'll be limited the way they come out. One's gone one way, one's gone the other. Initial shots going. Oryx though does take some initial hits, and he'll be clean round now, as he should be able to get to his compound. BFG now have to try and move their way through. They are taking some more shots though. Unlucky on the... Just unable to get this one here. The Woo though pushing down, so they're trying to backfill, but RFI do the same. We're seeing the movement in. BFG pushed over, and the Woo now go up high. The BFG have rolled in behind, but I don't think that these two are aware that RFI have also backfilled them. Surely they can hear him now. Looks like the body language says so. CBA gets a knockdown on Rose's. Knock no confirm. Arba has extended over. Rose though gets a knock on CBA. Force coming back around as well. BFG are still holding us at 2. They get the first though. Nade's going to go back out either side. Can't quite get what he needs. Someone needs to get it up and over this one. Nade does go in on him. Ibn should be rezzed here. Oh, he's going to get such a strong arc if he's going to get a molly over. I'm talking about, that's that molly arc that he's looking for. Oh, just short by millimeters. Room for improvement. I do get the med in. We back up strong, and we have to try and defend this one here. M-Force though, who have now got involved in this one. This could be a crazy third party. How's he not been knocked? Oh, he's dropped the nade on himself. M-Force. Oof. Room for improvement now. Not unsure, and M-Force are backing their way out. They've got to deal with this fight, and M-Force do get tech as he goes. And this split here from BFG now is going to be a downfall for them. Still holding. Salty now receiving some shots in the back. He does try and jump in, but does get caught last minute here. Oh, unlucky for them. BFG now go to that final. That zone is tendering in. And this now we're going to see the massive bottlenecks. The AM will still hold here. BFG should be able to get the first point on the board. They do. Again, they have to continue to hold. Win or die doing the same on the other side. They are the player always lurking, always waiting for the action. Now making this move as he's going to go. PFG doing the same. We're on the holders. Room for improvement. Roll into one. That nade doesn't quite catch him. Oh, nearly goes for the second as well. Maybe goes down as well, and then Woo lose their outside edge, and 2 AM. Have to try and work through. M-Force though, car's gone. Quizzy looks like he's going to try and cue the shots as he needs to. Oh, he gets tabs in the back. He does get him though. Down to 8 HP, but clicked at that point. Quizzy now on 2. And we see the Woo actually losing 2 in the result of that movement. And BFG the same. Just unable to get through. Mix. Now under the crash. Oh, there's one. Second as well. Look at that movement. Slow. Doesn't think he knows he's there. Oh my god, he turns on him as well. Bragger's just doing bits there. Azo coming out. Back to the last player now. As he takes the shot, gets shots in the back, and he goes down and out, unfortunately for him. And it's never going to be great. So quick look at that. Here comes the first kill. And then he continues to cause the problem. Here's the player tries to figure out looks on the inside, gets the second. Now I'm a bit worried here. I think he's going to see as Arthur though crawls his way through. Look at the reactions. Bam! Swings on him quick and able to get the knock that he needed to justly. Nice little action replay there. And we hold as our mix guys store a hold on the compound as a 2 early doors. Room for improvement now. They're on top of here at 2 AM as both these teams are following the same path here on the south side. This is where a lot of these teams are working their way down and in. I gotta love PUBG, man. All their skins, like, I think they made some interesting choices, I'll be honest. Some choices that I don't agree with all the time, but I can see why. I understand why they made some choices because of trying to bring in additional people, different types of gamers that might be not as addicted to, I suppose, the gun mechanics. PUBG is not a fast game compared to like a Call of Duty, right? And I think this again why some of the Call of Duty guys don't like the new game. Because it's definitely a lot slower. Good nade over the top. That's not bad here. So takes a second. Hammering the smokes though. The mixed team. Room for improvement. Keen. These random nades are causing some issues, but 2 AM backing themselves down. They got a long rotation. Soda will hold also. Mix now need to go. Long distance though. Improvement. He is open. That is a long distance. Oh, we're still on the move. He's still seen though. I don't think he can get tight. He's got tight now. 2 AM might take a bit. There's one. Lost another. They're gonna come in the window surely. They go out for it as well. Oh! Unfortunately for him, room for improvement goes down. He just takes a dirty shot from the side. And 2 AM get the compound. Yeah, that's the shot. I think it came from Win or Die, you know. Solo take it solo low down here. Win or Die might have to just try and control that our static mix. And then they will have that hole here. Vorpal Sword centralized zone again. We'll get Vorpal Sword taking back-to-back wins. Solo need to get out and up in here. They're going to take some long distances. GNR. Got Miramar again with Store Scene here. Only 7 teams remain. 21 people. We phase 5. Right, that's a massive difference than what we saw. So we saw huge and explosive action there for the lost zone, really, let's be honest. I'm going to die cautious where they want to go here. Solo again the same. They need to move, but they don't really have much to go. Do they go up and maybe take the fight, Win or Die? They've got nothing in front of them that will be clear. The next bowl they have is what Win or Die have taken away from him. So Solo need to decide which way they now roll, and maybe staying low is going to be the option. Maybe push towards that sort of Vorpal Sword. Will find himself in zone. Or is in rags. The zone will shift. It is contact north side. Vorpal Sword store in. Will Die. We'll have to take the fight here at 2 AM. Mix have to try and take on 2 AM with static mix. 2 AM we'll have to take the fight with our other mix team, which is Marcy's mix here. GNR don't want anything to do with it. They work their way down. Vorpal still got hard. They can survive here in the dip quite well, but they've got to pick their fights at the right time. Might see a few crashes come through. Good shots though. Marcy's mix though, taking in this 2 AM. Get the compound away from room for improvement. Single shack. Don't forget as well, guys, we are on YouTube. This is not my normal platform, but it is. Twitch is the normal one. And again, appreciate everyone who has been following, like, and subscribe up there. Don't forget, it is free to subscribe on YouTube, and this is a bit of a test stream in the sense I want to see how the bit rates and all those bits and pieces work. So please give us a like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified. We do have some events coming up in the new year that will be on YouTube, not on Twitch, or at the moment, according to what it is. It's over the top. That's a good nade. Oof. Oh, there's not actually a gap. There was a gap in that. I've been sick. Here we am, final player. Yeah, no, I've actually pushed himself down. That card's gonna go. No hope here. 2 AM getting controlled slightly. GNR though causes some issues for him. It's 2 AM. Roll out, get themselves ready to go. Does get one, gets tapped in the side, and unfortunately for the mix, I don't think it's going to be able to clean to get that. That'd be a hard. GNR, I'll be ready for this one. Bigger map though, we do see Win or Die do take the fight on with static mix. Goes for a repeat, doesn't quite get what he needs. Or lose one on the mix, the one I click on typically. Actually going over. As if though, in the back here, as Win or Die are pushing forward. This goes down. They both get tapped out. Vorpal Sword do take one, and Win or Die take the other. So Vorpal Sword now still holding. GNR hold the top spot, and Solo though pass themselves through. Now Vorpal Sword and Solo, the only 2 teams that sit themselves in the canyon. So might be a bit of a bullying if Win or Die take out GNR or vice versa, because they have a clear fight for it. But Win or Die do hold 4, and GNR hold with 3, so they got the number advantage on them. But have to wait and see. And it goes as Win or Die can't relocate both. You're going to see the fight for these 2 going straight to the top. Solo Vorpal would expect them to take the fight themselves, but Win or Die will try and do as much damage they can. They go back and forth. GNR get 1. Win or Die go for the other. Don't think they can get the res on this one, can they? No, they can't. They go 2. No difference here. Win or Die will be able to get the res, and that's good. Win or Die. So Vorpal Sword now needs to move. Good use of the vehicles. As we do see the firing squad ready to go. They are on the outside, and this is kind of where they might have wanted to take a note from Vorpal Sword book last game. Vorpal Sword spread out really far, like wide in this type of zone on the first one. It actually really favoured them because they stopped any teams now coming in. Now for the boys for Win or Die, they only hold that northeast corner, so Solo could, if they get away with it, can move up on that sort of northwest side and get some high ground. And they got a wonderful dip over there they could play. As no one goes down. Solo solely focused on GNR. This is where win or die. I'm going to push into that dip in the middle, but then we're going to be further around. Another knock here. Leash though, the long ranger. Gets one. Second goes down and out onto zone. And Solo, understanding who that is, they all move into the position now and maybe take this sort of northwest corner. Win or die didn't extend over. Looks like Leash though is on the move now, but they are holding. Maybe that whole push though against Vorpal Sword last round might change the attack we see from Win or Die. Vorpal Sword in the bottom. Vorpal Sword though cheeky enough coming up and over. Hey, they're the top. I'll be able to pick up two. Win or Die now move over. Vorpal Sword closing the gap. He's a 3-on-2 here. Vorpal Sword really want to take the fight. 3-on-3 now. They do double check the compound and come back. Great nade. Might now see the push. Still going back. Solo could get the third party. Looks like they have. Solo gone from behind. Win or Die unable to make the push. They lose two. Solo actually now forcing a huge sandwich. Nade's going to be too short, unfortunately for them. Leosh, though, one player laying down low. Vorpal Sword able to get the med in them. Win or Die unable to get the return because players are down in the middle. Hit one. Smoke's burning. To lose one. So 3-3 versus a 3. Leosh, though, gets up. Does the tab that he needs. Zone shifting away. Vorpal Sword now closing as they do close over this sort of south side. They're going to cause some issues here on Solo. Solo have to redirect their shots. Strong knowledge though, backwards and forwards. Vorpal Sword now taking an attack with a zone shift back. Gets a nice little cheeky kill on. 3v3v2. Oof. Vorpal Sword, disgusting movement. Leosh though picked up. Flash going up. Don't think it's going to be enough to allow them to get the res they need. And Leosh is down. Does that confirm? Vorpal Sword just chipping away here at the teams. Oh, that. Oh, disgusting shots, my boy. Decent. This is very, very tactical, this is. So Win or Die, the team holding that north side to eventually find themselves in a bit of sandwich with Vorpal Sword committing to that northeast corner. Actually open the door for the Solo to force Win or Die into a bit of a sandwich. Good play for them. Good movement here from Solo. Solo, though, looks like they might be able to get that res in. They've got some time. They need to ensure Vorpal Sword to continue to go on the south side. They're going to be back to a 2. It is technically a 2-on-2 here as Vorpal Sword. Got one down like that's a great point. That's going to catch one. Up and over the car. Oh my god, zone's popping as best they can. Vorpal Sword though position themselves ready for the end zone here. Solo coming back alive after getting the res. That's a long molly. Surely that isn't going to make it where it needs to go. Oh, it does. We'll spread underneath the car. Won't be enough, though, to cause the damage. That one would. They do pick him up, and he runs straight in. He goes for the car. That's going to go, and Solo put it down for a 2-on-2. Vorpal Sword committing over to this other side. The Solo on the defense, put him down, though. As they're causing the damage, they get another one, though. They do, though, get the innate addition knock. So as it eventually goes round, Vorpal Sword versus one man remaining. It's a 2-on-1. Solo getting the initial shots. He goes back for the smoke, using the train as best he can. Tries to get some high ground. Sees the player here from Solo. Flash comes straight up and over. Squad has to rethink about what he's doing. Second flash coming up, and we are seeing the momentum is Solo. I'm not even going to say we're even in the driving seat for most of it. Now putting themselves in such a great position. They force that sandwich, and now they're going for 2-on-1. Can he get that knock? He can. He goes, but it goes straight down and out after winner chicken dinner. And Solo, Woo! Picked themselves up with a nice little cheeky chicken dinner at the end there. Wow. Push it on. Look at this. Great flash, flash, flash. And then winner, winner. I mean, nice movement. Solo trying to close the door. I did. Remember, Solo for me, especially with the top 3, top 4, they were in the bottom point for me, and they're able to control that one out well. Able to close it up. Solo though do take the top spot though, but Win or Die get the damage and the assist. But generally speaking, Vorpal Sword Solo with a 9, Vorpal Sword 6, Win or Die with an 8, GNR with a cheeky 6. But look at that, room for improvement. Even got 8 kills, but only 8th placement. Mixwell with a nice 7. So a couple of teams really harvesting what they needed to. But generally speaking, Solo though taking our game number 2. Now let's have a quick break. We're going to load up. It's our final mirror mask coming up. I'll see you guys in just 2 seconds. Oh, let's go. That was round number 2. And again, I say that, I'll be honest, like, I like Solo team, I generally do, but I think they're in the not in the right seat coming through, and it obviously caused some huge issues to them. Oh, my camera's lagging a little bit. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the leaderboards. This is where sometimes the stream doesn't play ball. There you go, settle down a bit now. Vorpal Sword though, if I give this a quick reload. Gosh, there we go. 35 points, 23 points though for Win or Die. And they jumped themselves, but Solo jumped themselves up in toward 3rd place. So, again, good games. As I mentioned though, Solo for me weren't in the driver's seat really, but they were able to close the door. And actually, they made the right moves at the right time to get the win that they needed to. So, actually speaking, really, really good. Why is my camera lagging a bit? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we won't bring this back up just yet. Anyway, let's fly ourselves over. Our final Miramar is coming up. Here we go for our match number 3 for PLH Pro League Cup. Coming from again a pretty much identical flight path, just a polar opposite though, from the north down towards the south, but a little bit more towards that south to southwest, or more south central, should I say? But again, still ending on that, or still starting this time in that northeast. A little bit of a backwards and forwards when we've had the flight paths now, but good start already. And coming back though, unfortunately I've got my camera sorted now, but coming back, so solo for me, yeah, they were not in the driving seat in the end, but talk about the right move at the right time. Forced them from a very difficult position where they're playing pretty much open ground at that train. Actually, with Vorpal Sword moving around, the guys identifying that was the right move, and then they put themselves up high. They're able to, with them, that shift really cleared up what they needed to do. Vorpal Sword, though, nice aggressive play, wouldn't die. Again, I like what they were doing. They had that strength there on the high side, but with Solo, they're coming from behind. That really put them in a bad position. And at the moment that happened, it was very hard for them to get out there and actually get the win that they needed to. Okay, so all teams are now out and about as Otto, the final player, drifted his way out towards that bottom side. And you see him, he's about to hit that splashdown. Here's the coach and not playing. So he'll be taking himself out of the game and in towards a splashdown and an early death. Okay, zone shift though, not so much on the flight path as it did crest over. It does go across that middle, but very much that west-hand side. For those that are not aware of the esports and how things work, so the flight path obviously is random, and once the flight path does happen, it happens. But after that, actually the zone has to be going through the flight path. So you won't get the flight path that is just very much on the east-hand side and then it just appear up. As we saw with that plane path, though, came all the way down. Now, admittedly, it only crested this sort of section, but it did go through the flight path, so it's able to bounce itself over. So generally, what it does, it causes situations where teams can actually find themselves, most of the time when you jump in the places that you can jump to, you're pretty much in. You're not in, but you're not too far away. But with a zone like this, the teams that jumped early, look at after all here, right? And teams that like Vorpal Sword, they've got a long wrap round whether they go through. And they've got a lot of teams to go through because those teams drop down on that flight path. I love that YouTube sends me a suggestion that your bitrate is far too high. You're sending 12,000 kilobytes when actually we only take 4. Now I'd rather send as much as I can. The Speak Mix does need it. So match number 3 is going to be our last Miramar this evening. And it will be working its way through. And don't forget, it'd be a nice time for me to plug in the YouTube. Don't forget to give us a subscribe and a follow. It is free to subscribe on YouTube than it is on Twitch. Don't forget, yeah, give us a subscribe. Come say hi. And don't forget to say, come talk in the chat. And the good thing on YouTube, obviously, will go straight up onto my channel. So you're able to watch any content straight after as well. It doesn't disappear after a period of time. So it should always be here for the players. Okay, round robin. So Rose do take the top side here. VNT now play in. Ghetto Gang following them. Our mixed team, though, our static mix, though, needs to play in. They've got a north rotation as well as AA. And looks like they're going for that long rotation around the top side. PFG early wrap from them. Picardo already going for a 2-2 split, expecting to pull back to his neck of the woods. And that, generally speaking, is where I'm looking at as well. RFI, they go for that top side with Power Grid. They're going to try and hold the high ground on these teams here. As Win or Die do move a little bit from Sandmine, a bit further down the road, and they will find the teams as our mix guys. Or Marcy's mix is extending down now. Problems is I've got a car. We'll be hearing that as well, so this is spotted the guys, so both teams spotting each other. I should be keeping the boys live a little bit lower. Howell coming the bottom side here. That's done us now in on the east hand side. Howell over Picardo, Woo south over Chum. Soto rotating it again that same path. If also not even just yet. G and R will be the same, but they're going for a long wrap round to that west hand side at the moment. He's now going straight through as he crests through Oasis. Get rid of the buggy for the vehicle. That's not a bad call. As so easy to shoot someone with the buggy now. Buggy's actually being one of my favourite vehicles, but it's so easy to get someone out of them. Surely he's been seen. Kemba 7 must have been seen now. There's no way the boys have not given past him at that. The roast again. Kemba 7's on his own. The rest of the team have gone round by Craterfield here. Look. A little cheeky peep. Okay, like the game before, I think we're going to see most of these teams settle down early. We obviously do take the high ground here. These teams to rotate in. Oh, there we go. We'll get my seat back on. Big Stone, get a knock. On Ghetto Gang. Oh, they actually had a crash. Oh, nade. Coming through, quick kill confirmed. Big Stone. Oh, now tighten themselves. Didn't Ghetto Gang go, but Ghetto Gang did get the knock they needed. That was an aggressive push. Worked out though. Wrap around that top side. Enforce complete split across Monty. The Woo extend down. Doing that again. He's trying to deal with Howe here, but Howe got their own problems. BFG though. That's not BFG. Castanis is now closing on that compound. He's evacuating. We'll be extending over towards and down towards I don't know, that does block out. Fibbing slightly. The rest of the Howl team need to really stop him coming up and over the top, given that he's got too much freedom up there. He's just able to just come over the top and take the shots. He shouldn't be allowed to get away with that. Okay, Roses though tighten themselves up. You know, as I said, they did go on that west hand side now. M4 so a little bit further in and does catch him. No knocks just yet. Just a little bit of a reminder, not as clear on this west hand side as possible. Football sword now in. That's it. All our teams are in. So we do get BFG. They should be able to get a clear. This is a compound to compound fight. Still raining those shots out. This again is quite normal Miramar with that split, that ability, that freedom of movement. More SLRs, more minis. Big shift again, west and west heavy. So GNR taking a longer rat will be happy with this one. There's still a bit of unplayable here. AA though, after all, long rotation north has paid off for them as well. Rose will be very tight. BFG might want to tighten up quickly here. Little dive, pass by mix. BFG with a 2-2 split. I don't know if Win or Die will realise it might turn on him. Woo now in front of them. And for a full send, most of these teams will find themselves in a bit of a difficulty. Mix tighten themselves up here. M4 Stowe. He's on the retreat out. Just lay low. M4 Stowe already on him. There's one, there's two. Woo. However, they wrap themselves around. They're getting caught. How the same. How leaving it late here. Castanis now going over. As they rotate over. Huge fight in Monty. Win or Die take the corner bottom side. Castanis wrapping our way around there. Literally following that rotation. Blissey takes the shack though. Castanis they. And we look at these cars that are stacked up and they roll straight in as well. M-Force. And they do it again. Guess what? That's Dennis though, unaware. They're just coming to a bit of a mad show, and they now find themselves down to one, losing one on the rotation, one as they put up, and one on the outside of that secondary push. Let's go to this northeast corner. Peanut, Scooby, they've already got one down. Tag me so. Of course, there's definitely another one with a quick kill and flush. Down to a 2 now. I'm just trying to find static though. Could be exposed now. As what it seems he has now. Does get the knocking needs to. Stag does turn and try and lay down the shot he needed to force that out. The static mix though, losing one, down 3. Nice push now as H99 though does expose his position. Although though, I don't know if it's covering his own boy here. They can stop each other being pushed, but they're on their top. Team needs to get in. H99 might be able to reposition. Oh, has he seen it? Already seen him. Taking zone damage himself. Room for improvement though. That is a long distance from there. Okay, most teams though do sit in Monty. Surely he's going to pull back to his top side. The zone is about 2 AM. Wrap towards that south to southwest. Football sword very much on that west hand side. Castanis mentioned they dipped in. It is going Monty, so it is paying off slightly. The Woo, the team who done the same just before them. The Quizzy just on the outside. I think again, maybe I hold my hands up like myself. I'd expect maybe Monty not quite to be fully in, but it may be positioning more for this top here. But looks like it is playing for Monty. Now that means 16 teams, 53 players, sorry, can maybe get themselves in towards a bit of cover, especially if it's a hard send. I don't think we'll see 53 players up, but I don't think we're going to lose as many teams as what you would do with some other shifts. Room for improvement again. They will just stop here, wait, and try and hope that more teams now go. Now I'm going to try and get some high ground. 2 AM wrap themselves in. Book will still need to get in somehow. GNR on the west hand side. No problems really for them. AA, very quiet for them. They've been out that northwest corner for some time, and Castanis obviously still laying low as M-Force has been really the defenders of Monty. Solo snuck their way in. They did come off that high ground, and as we go back towards the outside, VNT though lose one as our static mix though now coming in after losing one themselves. That's a hard play. Like if they come across here, they're going to come onto his top side and kind of think like, well, where are you going to go from there? You either hit that compound, but you come off the back of the blue, so they've got no information here. Wrapping themselves on this sort of north side here. The question is, will they turn or do they continue go round to the west? Still pushing out to that west hand side as they hit that north to northwest section. They will now be exposing themselves down towards that compound, so be very careful here. If Rose reposition themselves, they should be able to pick up these cars rotating. They are. There goes BFG getting a final kill on VNT. So Peanut is down and out. I'll look the first team now. First time they're kind of getting into a level of engagement. I'm going to continue to wrap. It's going to be finding very hard now. It's going to come quite late. So he just might have to go for a ditch attempt down to the bottom here. I could be calling out the rotation round the big mountain. Only one other place they can come in. Yeah, they got to the road. It's phase 3, so they should be able to chunk quite a bit of this. Be flying straight past after all now. As they crest themselves in the zone, be scouting the compounds ahead. Weeks though, with a knock on Rose. Shifting down, actually pulls back very, very heavy. Okay. He gets one, not just one, he gets two. Got his patience out on that east hand side. With the first shift back east, Ronald Dyer hold that corner. Room for improvement be happy. They've got away. BFG holds slight here. Mix needs to make a decision. Rose, I think, will be the major ones that are disappointing now. But Quizzy, he's lucky. Quizzy taking another zone in that he can hold out. Mix needs to decide whether they go crash in towards Monty. The teams in Monty will need to hold. GNR find themselves a little hold. Awful sort. Must we take the high ground here as 2 AM on the adjacent side. I've actually gone for a crash. Oh, I don't know if they have. I've gone for a rotation round. Oh, guess one. Oh, gets knocked himself. Rose might come on the third party. He knocked on the other side, and Rose, I think, is looking for an AA wrapped all the way around. Phase 4 though, shifting everyone down to this neck of the woods, and they might try to take this hill. Rose are not quite moved, and I think they're trying to zeke themselves in. Cast down, a huge giveaway. BFG getting crashed again. Able to get the res on. BFG now still holding. Oh, that's inside. Good teamwork there from Rose. There's another one. BFG, final player now. Techers. Z goes round on the other side, and Cove though, picking up the double. He's feeling confident now. On his own. Oh, gets caught. Room for improvement. 2 split. How? Store hold. 2 AM. But look at this madness that we are seeing in and around Monty. Phase 4. About to touch. We're about to hit phase 5 here. 15 teams. 15 teams are up. 42 players. Let's go, Monty. Oh my god. I will try and hold out with 2 AM. Room for improvement as we go for a full send here. AA might do the same. Mix need to do the same. BFG might just try and pray that Rose just go rolling by. They might take all the cars. Tech is unable to connect the shots he needed. Move for improvement, go. I'll get him. Oh, he's caught the player. He's got 1 and 2, but the final player holding back does get it. Kemba 7 now. Only one not flashed. Rose needs to get the res on quickly. Mixable to try and now make the move. AA, they're looking at the top. They're going to see this one. The smoke is going down. This one for a setting Chrissy's store alive as well. He's just left the compound. He's working his way in. Castanis' store holding as well. Them forces pretty close. Oh, Quizzy though. Getting a little bit of just desserts. They're being forced to play in. Enforced able to stick the res. Castanis still laying low. Static mix now in. GNR though have lurked in on that west hand side. They've got in clean ball towards south to southwest side here. It's 2 AM and How will go head to head. AA gone for that massive approach, and the question is, will they turn or will they continue to hold? They've got the ridge they can go a bit. The moment Win or Die get a bit of relief, they're going to be able to look straight down at these guys. That MK surely is going to be a magnet. A magnet for their death. Big so. Gets 1. That car's going to go. That nade's going straight for that smoke. Catch it. Oh, it's gone short. He's got the res. He's got the res. Rose just keeping it alive here. Mad down. Hey, don't need to move just yet. Should be scoping this from down, seeing the commit. Oh, doesn't quite see the player. Rose getting in there slightly. Castan is still alive. Still holding. Enforce. Again. Getting forced to res. Here comes the zone. Shift down. Vorpal Sword again. Going to find themselves maybe in the top spots again. Vorpal Sword did take game number 1. Solo took game 2. And both these teams here. 3 AM going back the way they came. How needs to make a decision where they're going. After all, been chasing the zone after action. After every time it leaves. Rose needs to get in though. The Woo the same. Quizzy despite getting the knocks. Really a bit unlucky. Quizzy just needs to get to his boy. Northeast corner or northwest corner. They're going to become very, very dense now. Touchdown is picked. Rose going around. They're going to cause some issues here. clean sweep. Quizzy gets 1 and 2. Go to zone. Needs to get in. M-Force have gone down. Quizzy goes down and out as well. This is where it starts to unfold. That now a relief on that northwest corner. We lost one. Let's have a quick look at the action replay though while we can. Oh, look at that big push though. Gets 1. M-Force though straight elimination. I should just missed it to be fair. Impressive quick enough. Now over the top. So we're a retuck in, gets another peek after all going down. That's gonna, they're still gonna continue to push. Alright, zone here. I want to flush that player because backing away. There's one. Yeah, that's the death of that. It's the comms basically shooting me. He's gone down. How losing 1 there, getting a knock. Might be able to get what they need. How not quite pushing, and 2 AM will be able to get the res here. Win or die. Pushing over the woo. We'll hold him. Purple sort of again fast with the zone. Not as high kills, not high pressure this zone. Or this game for them. But do find themselves in. Would have died, lose 1 as they did wrap around for Soda, but they're going to wrap the other way now, and they've got the woo sitting on a garage. Now on the other side, they're going to move over. So is 2 AM. They've got to also move over. Soda though do now try and hold up. GNR again out on this western side. A team which not really been in too much action. They've only got the 1 kill. As our static mix though, final player for them is now trying to work his way in. 21 seconds to go with phase 7. Only a couple of phases left, and we only just made the point pot when it comes down to the team. So we need to really figure out what they are going to try and do here. On the move, 2 AM though, wrap themselves over. Now going for the full extent. They've got 1, 2 now. The room comes out. Though picks up 1. They'll be like this. Another guy in the garage. Ain't the same squad. Puts him down on 1, really. Not quite in just there. So I might draw the attention of how 2 AM using the opportunity to wrap around the other way. They've come for a southwest approach here. That's it, mix in. Solo still 4 strong. DNR still 4 strong here. Solo the team, I suppose, 3 kills. Might take it a bit more aggressive now as they are really centralised zone. It's going to go all the way. So we just lost 1 here. Purple sword. They're trying to get some kills on the board. Remember, high kill games from game number 1, game 2 there. They're our current leaders. Then I'll do lose 1 to our mix. I've got to try and stay with all the players as best I can. I'll try to stay in the players' view as best I can as well. Oh, that's good money. We should go. There goes our mix. Then I'll clear that one. We're going to try and lock him in there. How? Trying to burn him out. Solo. The adjacent third. How? 1. GNR getting through. 6 teams remain. GNR versus Solo now. GNR get the first knock. 2 AM versus Warpool Sword. AM down. Vorpal Sword clear that south side. GNR though, interestingly for me, wrapping round. Purple Sword, though. Do you get the initial shots in GNR? As Solo and Hal hold out the woo. Just on the outside. Here's a minute to go. Gotta try and get him. Oh, that's going to chunk. I don't think he's got it in Sam. Left it too late. The woo go down. Top 4 teams now remain. Hal in as a 1. Solo. There's a 3-man. A 4-man, sorry. Vorpal Sword is a 4. And GNR. There is a 4. Bigger picture here. So a little bit bigger out. Their Vorpal Sword again. Then using the opportunity to split themselves out slightly. GNR with their nice 2. Well, it's kind of a 3-1 actually. It was a 2-2. Solo tightened themselves up after being very, very split. First knock though comes in from Solo. Surely. Oh. You know, I lose 1. They got a 1 knocked as well. Solo pushing out as a 3. Sort of also as a 3. Now still alive. That nade's good. Oh, he's bounced through and past. Going to the dot. Vorpal Sword wrapping themselves around. Vorpal Sword out for GNR down to a 1. This zone is horrid. I suppose we've got the better containers. GNR's going to try and wrap over, but it gets caught. Vorpal Sword holding. So they've got the better containers. Vorpal Sword got the better cover. Solo in the containers. Solo gets eliminated. It goes down to a 4-on-1 here. And Hal just simply bypassing and surviving out. Woo! Winner, chicken dinner! GG's! Vorpal Sword though do take top spot. Always going to be a very, very hard fight at the end there. Which one is it? It's not that one. Oh, well, anyway, doesn't matter. I missed it. Vorpal Sword though do take up those top spots though, as they take the 10 kills. How do I get the damage? And M-Force though get the assist. A bit more of a split here for our last Miramar. 10 kills over Vorpal Sword again. After game number 1 win and coming so close for game 2, they're definitely winning of the Miramar. How do I pick up nice cheeky 7 despite going down the numbers? And Solo with 4, mixed with a 4, 6 though for win or die, but unable to get themselves a little bit higher up that placement point zone. They do tap themselves out in 8th. Anyway, let's have a quick break after Vorpal Sword to take off the last Miramar. We're going to go straight across the rank now. 3 games now remain. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, and hit that bell icon. Share out, as most of the people will be looking and get the messages I'm getting. Where are you streaming? I'm streaming on Twitch now. I streamed on YouTube just today as a test to test the bit rate. Anyway, I'll see you guys in just 2 seconds. I can't fix my camera, but I can fix things out anyway. So sort of able to get what they needed to do. But generally speaking, only getting pipped at the post though as Solo unable to really take the that middle game. Vorpal Sword nearly getting a clean sweep on all the teams for Miramar. Let's see what they can do when it comes down towards Wrangles. We are going to sweep ourselves over. We'll die in second. Solo are in third. We'll die not getting the placements that they need, or the placement, the actual interesting. Anyway, not getting the position they needed. Why that's doing that? That's going to annoy me now. Right, so anyway, let's swing over. Anyway, sod that. I'll figure that out in a second. We're going to straight over to a wrangle. It's going to be game number 4 or 6. We've got 3 wrangles. They're coming up. Here we go. Match number 4. I need to figure out why the hell my camera is doing that. That is my camera. But anyway, more to think about. Maybe YouTube is not the place to be. Anyway, south west up to the northeast. Generally a quite boring flight path for a wrangle, as it's going to offer all the teams exactly where they want to go. Vorpal Sword 2AM going out early doors. A mix the same with M-Force going for that top side here. And Ghetto Gang, actually interesting. They've gone over for military. Looks like they will extend themselves over towards that Novo split. It's quite normal for them to do. Static Mix though, they go for the S road here as BFG take Picardo. Or Pachinki, sorry, not Picardo. Pachinki. Solo extending out. Winodar will go for that split between Rozak and Waterworld. Solo normally go hit that South George. Looks like they're going for ruins. Might get the car and go that way. Room for improvement taking centralized up as they take School Flats. Howl going for Yaz. The Woo going for Yaz as well. But we're also seeing Rose, Static Mix, GNR all extending out, and Castanes all extending out towards that sort of east hand side. Wait for the zone to go. Very interesting to see that Yaz fight. Come on, zone. 1 more second. There we go. Very, very north. Very late. And most of these teams now not in. Great shots. I do whip myself over just in time. Blissey goes down. He does get himself a gun. How one side though, the Woo extended out the Mad. How actually with a 2-2 split, the Woo a bit more tighter. As I confirm, first kill up the Mad. Does confirm on Quizzy. We're a bit further out, so they're going to have to get looted quickly. But it'll be a 3-on-4 fight now. Which team's like, oh, I've got such a long rotation at Severny. This side here is going to be so critical. The double compound, the barn. I think a lot of teams are going to have to try and rotate to this quickly. The granny also down to the bottom will be an interesting play for a lot of the teams that will extend out. But I definitely feel like this sort of north east side will be more popular than that west side. The house store. Looking as mad, he's still holding those angles. Woo, wrapping away up and around. They're still getting looted here. Taking the loss of one. Then many of these guys don't have to rush too much. They do find themselves in zone. They're one of the few teams that are. A lot of teams might get caught on that little rotation. Is map 4? It's more 4 or 6 though, so we have more to come. And at the moment, that Vorpal sword is leading the way, but again, the Woo, a team that should be rocking up there. How trying to counteract. His runners now come around to the flats here. Ibby might catch him out as he is also in the flats, and both these will offer a high ground. Okay, go bigger picture. Looks like teams will start to get the move up. Got M4 coming through the middle. Looks like our mixed team on that west hand side is also looking to make the play in. Solo did extend over towards that South George. Now get a nice clean cut as BFG now do take from Pachinki over towards Cube. Back to the lobby though. Looks like taking the shots as M4's boys do wrap round by him. Um, 2 AM now come over at the West Bridge. Vorpal sword left there camping the bridge out, but get a gang on Novo. Like mixing Milta. Rose is now playing on that East Road though. VNT those Lipovkas. Castanis now come up and over Heavens. AA now find themselves, but going up high. They're going for Stauber. Room for improvement going in the middle. And Marbo does get the first knock. Oh, gets caught on the crash. Oh, Leos doesn't have the ammo in. Might find themselves on that third party action a bit quicker. Oh my god, GNR's not catching his boy. That's a great molly in. Should catch that on the knock. Stars puts Whittle Guy down to their final player. I'm so yeah, I'd say surprised Room for Improvement's not getting involved. They are now. Room for Improvement now working their way in. GNR need to be very cautious here. But look at this. Go for big picture. Room for Improvement. No, look at that. Coming straight in on the third party action. They're trying to get the angle, trying to figure out exactly where the players are. It's actually a one-on-one. Rotate it around. Nade up and over the top. Right, that's what I need. Does get the shots on though. And now it goes down to win or die. Oh, good knocks. Ollie's now right on top of him. There we go. He's got nothing but run to fire. Leos down and out, and Room for Improvement taking a great third party action coming into what they needed to. How? And the Woo still not engaged. And they must have, because the Mad's gone down. So missed that. So they are down to a 3. One is down as well on the adjacent side. Zippy was wrapping around. These two have switched over. Looks like the sound they've heard him. Really making the tabs they need to. Best lurking, waiting, watching. We might catch the boys rotating their way around. They catch him. Vector shotgun in this range is not going to be beneficial. We expect the house to close it down quite quickly. If not, PFG got north side here, M4 sat on the west. You being held. 2 AM now, come over. Bugger's not getting the knocks he needed. As they do wrap past. Oh, they've gone up high ground. Both Ghetto Gang and Static Mix maybe just taking a bit of time to go. I know you're in front of me. We can maybe cause some damage, but Fredo. Gonna try and bounce the nade off of me. Oh, late in the shot. You get the arc he needs. I think it's going to go over. Oh, he gets it as well. Disgusting. That was a strong nade. Look at this. It's a hard arc. I think what happened, he cooked it well, and I think it was going to go over, but with the fact that he pulled back and then exploded in the air with sound standing. Gotta go on the other side. I definitely find it Wrangles play a lot quicker than the Miramar. And Static Mix now losing it, backing off. Football Sword though are there as well. They definitely want to get involved. Pushing herself in closer. I'll sit on the outside there, so on the inside wall. Right, now I'll come in. So shift again. He's backing off. He's not been seen. He's been seen and heard. He goes down. He needs his boys to keep the pressure on there. He needs a knock. He gets one. Oh, gets a second. He needs to get a med on. Football sort of aggressive. How did he survive that? We're going down eventually. Blades are trying to counteract this punch here from Vorpal Sword after they were running back, and Ghetto Gang just literally tried to gang up on the team, went aggressive and just run into the guns. Nice nade over the top, will bounce. Nice, doesn't quite get the side effect needed. Vorpal Sword might disengage now. Get themselves in zone. They do have high ground cover. Room for improvement though further in. M4 though do take the crossroads. Does come back on actually on this west hand side. Back to that plane is 2 AM versus Static Mix. Oh sorry, Marcy's Mix. So go down. Lose one themselves. Oh, and a second. Good turn there back to the lobby. Straight past the smoke, but the player is. Braga, who moved back around that sort of south side, catches one of the players moving out, and 2M just kind of picked apart, if I'm honest. On a mix. PFG moving away from Savannah out to that west-hand side. Very quiet for them. Rose isn't coming in. Al still alive here. Ghetto Gang is trying to work their way. The football sort of disengage and go back in. RFI after that initial battle. Great third-party action for them. They push themselves back up towards his hillside. The zone will now come further in. Solo do take the 2-2 split on the compound. AA take the single. And M-Force do take the crossroads. Big shift back to Savannah. Not quite as far out to this compound on this east-hand side, but still going to be causing a lot of teams some issues. They're going to have to rotate their way in. Rose needs to really get a knock if they're going to push him. Pop has come down here, so might be tempted to try and get the angles on it. They'll push him back up the hill. I think it's where they're going to go. We are far too late coming in here. This is going to cause us some issues. Ollie is down pretty much on his ones. Castanis though taking the long distance. No kills for them, but they've been compound bound for quite a while. I'll actually catch Ghetto Gang coming through. With improvement on the outside. Now Solo needs to make the move. AA on the hold. The football sword wrap all the way around over the bridge and then onto that sort of east side. Big crash. Castanis 2-2 split. Not going their way now. He's in and out one door. Goes on the push up. Castanis jump out, trying to get the cover. Nearly catches one. Castanis has tightened themselves up. Good to see. That 2-2 split now. Going to have to try and capitalize as quick as they can because VNT is coming in. Right, he's trying to generate the angle himself. Up the bucket, gets knocked down to the final player. VNT store closing in. Another kill. BNT stopped. They've not quite moved in. Bubble still looking for it though as well. They now take some shots from behind. Rose goes down to a 1. Cass now gets to confirm they need it. Oh, how go for a full send in the middle? VNT though getting a knock. I don't think he can get in time. He goes. Bubble sword. Backfill here as Castanis went for a 2-2 split down to a 4. Breather now taking the southwest approach. Solo leaving it late coming out of their compound, like how went for a full send in. Ghetto Gang now go back the other way. Moving forward. Solo getting very, very late coming in. I don't know why they're still out in the blue here. I'm like DC or something. Back in now. Runny's clear, but PFG wrap themselves in for the top side. Static Mix go for that sort of pizza slice corner. Rose on Solo needs to get in. Ghetto Gang actually turn back around and they're now trying to beat the zone in. Improvement though, they do lose 1. Ghetto Gang the center of attention as they looking for that little house spot. They're going to take the small dip. They lay low really. Improvement disengaging everyone the other way. A huge wrap round. Football still going to be waiting for this. Hey, they are following as well, so M-Force don't get Marbo. Big kill confirmed. Oh my days. Final player now. Room for improvement after such a good start. As well, getting caught late on rotation. Now in between a Vorpal sword after all sandwich. Baku does not miss those. out of zone as well. Needs to get in. Hey, yeah, trying to come here. M-Force. Oh, not quite connecting what they need. That car's gone though. Rose has gone down and out. Cheeky one-on-one. Make a nice aggressive push. Catches him as well. Vorpal Sword do the damage. They get 1 and then 2. Vorpal Sword aggressively pushes 7 kills. Vorpal Sword just on fire this evening. Nade over the top. That will bounce nicely. Go underneath the cars for me. Had the opportunity to get the knock. Had the opportunity. Should have taken it. Football still want to come back. M-Force though doing the same. They've gone the other way. They've gone aggressive as well. Don't about the shift. 8 teams remain. We're in the point pot now. So every placement point will count. Back to Severny. This dip's going to be critical for some teams now. You fear these 8 teams, these low numbers, these type of end zones with teams like BFG who are sitting on 0 kills. Like, don't overextend. Don't get, like, the kills will eventually come to you. People continue to wrap themselves in. Just put yourself in a good position. Look at where the logic of the next zone is going to go and where you're going to expect it to close out, and try and capitalize on people's third party action. See many times where teams like this will extend out too far and actually get caught on a fight they don't need. Again, go down and out as how hold their little shack. Football Sword now got to make something happen. TNT lucky the zone to keep shifting back their way. So I'm talking about the BFG are gonna just take time, patience here. Football Sword crash. There's the first, second, third. Can't probably get one back. Kind of a little bit of a panic there. Nade just overgoes. Football Sword clean take there. Clean takedown. So again, these teams will sit tight, wait for it to move in. M-Force, the team really can make it kind of happen here. Vorpal Sword, M-Force and How will move for this section after. Should pull back though, surely. We might see the mix, static mix, or I say Marcy's mix, static mix, and BFG. You have to maybe contend for a little bit more tight space. Here's phase 5. Sony's about to pop. Here we go. Severny actually pulls back. Severny. So How, Vorpal Sword, and M-Force, the teams that now need to make it happen. M-Force are on the wrap already. Now we're going for a full send, surely. Oh, this could be horrible. Static mix, 10 rounds, getting the knock they needed to on BFG. BFG can really have to stick with the race. Do hold that pizza. Purple Sword coming in now for the fight. 13 kill game. God, what, is Purple Sword going to take the win again? How store laying low. So, PUBG clearing out pizza slice. Mick's still not quite moving just yet. They're still on the outside. They might get controlled now. They're still wrapping themselves in towards that dip area. This is where I think we're going to be able to win out of. Just need to stay alive. Tekker's picks up M-Force. Long distance. We'll technically this map anyway. Let's how now get tight. We're sort of about to lose their first. They have. BFG picked this one up. This is what I'm talking about. Patience now. Patience. BFG go from 0 to 4. Take the right fires they want to do. Take the third party action. Take the scabs that they can. Enforce. Final player. Nades over the top. Second nade over the top. That might bounce better. Oh, unlucky doesn't bounce in. That nade's good. Under heavy util fire here. BFG pushing themselves out, and interestingly, how have they been able to get across? But a mixed team able to get themselves in the pizza slice, and I don't think BFG Gaming know. And for store got util. Store gonna be causing problems. How have they got across here? You would have thought these guys would have been into that. Very much BFG very focused on all of these kills here again. Comes back to, are they trying to hunt down too many? They should at least have an anchor point. Everyone seems to be looking the same direction. Can't even watch. They have pulled back, which is good. Tekker seems to be the one now focusing there. Zone shifting on the outside. Vorpal sort of again, just reading it right. Enforce don't need to move, and BFG, I think they need to make something magical happen here, but they can wrap out. They can wrap out on this other side if they need to. I can take the fight. Again, isolating Vorpal Sword. Vorpal Sword again, 2 games out of 4. They've able to get the win. Solo taking another one. Will they take game 4? Enforcing now, still going at it, trying to find the action, but it now goes. Tekker takes the first, Battle Lobby's down. Smoke's going through, down for a 2. That's sort of stuck in there. Isolation looks like BFG. Now isolating, this is good. Tactical ending now for them. Battle Lobby cleared. Oh. If you hit that shot, I'd been like, woo! Tekker's still keeping an eye on the other side. But we are going to go to the wire. So, I'm losing another one. Vorpal Sword able to get the res. Reno. That's not Reno, he's been medded. This is mixed, lurking still. out eventually going down. Football Sword do pick one. We go top 4 now. Must be mixed down to the final. PFG though, surely the winners are going to be the winners here. The numbers. Let's see if Football Sword kill this. I think it's all about timing now. Can they quickly finish this fight? The Molly's good. I need to check himself out on the Molly. He does. So RC Mix takes 4. First, the U2 takes that win. PFG needs to figure out how they go, and M-Force will be the problem here. Football Sword gets 1. Football Sword dominating the lobby so far. Checkers re-picks does get what he needs to get. So he gets the second. There goes the third. And M-Force, the final play. And PFG is going all the way on this one. Wouldn't mind the AWM finish. He's putting all his smoke. Level 3 vest. Here comes the mod. He's always the usual ending. Always, always. Gonna tab himself out. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Does get 1. BFG. They take that one. Let's have a quick look at it at the ending. As BFG timed it well. I was worrying at that point that they might actually get themselves down and out based upon, unfortunately for them, just like overextending because they were 0 kills, but able to tap themselves out. GG's on that one. Football Sword though, they're the kill leaders, 14 kills. Nearly 2k in damage though for BFG and 5 assists, and that all really came from the end section. They went from 0 to 11 kills. Didn't overextend a couple of times. I was a little bit panicky for them, but they're able to hold out. M-Force though, they only got the 14 kills though, 5 kills for the mix. How with 7, but generally speaking, Football Sword really hoovering up. Anyway, BFG though do take that game. Let's go for a quick break. That was our first wrangle. We've got 2 more to come.
I swear I'll never make that same mistake. I'm always lost in my own head space. I know it's gonna make my heart ache, but only thinking what I wanna say. When I'm high I get low, cause I know that I'm not with you. Let me go to where I call home, in the arms of someone I knew. You're stuck inside my head. I thought I'd left you, but all that's left is pain instead. While you're sleeping on in pieces, hoping you'd call up again. I'm trapped in the maze, made my mistakes, and it never ends. Oh, I could tell you honestly, while I'm sinking in my Hennessy, that this was never gonna end for me. And now I'm stuck with my own company. You're stuck inside my head. I thought I'd left you, but all that's left is pain instead. While you're sleeping on in pieces, hoping you'd call up again. I'm trapped in a maze, made my mistakes, and it never ends. When I'm high, I get low because I'm not over you. When I'm home, I'll be on my own while you're with someone new. You're stuck inside my head. stuff this pain instead. While you're sleeping all in pieces, hoping you'd call up again. Oh no, no, I'm trapped in the basement, my mistakes, and it never ends.
Do you wanna go and run with me? We'll make it our own, we'll live our fantasy. I'm waiting for you to set me free. So run, 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 run away with me. Tell me where you wanna go. I'll be there for you, baby. I promise I'll be ready. I'll tell you where I wanna go. So run, 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 run away with me. Gonna stay and waste our time. We don't have much to lose.
Here we go. Match number 5 coming up as we are with the PLH. It says number 5, but it needs to update. 3, 2, 1. It should update in a second. Anyway, so with the playing path though, again going straight through the bat, and most teams again will be happy they're able to get the normal drop zone. Looks like 2 AM and Solo contending for the South George. Now Solo being the main contenders or main users of that South George. I'd be interested to see how that stacks up. BNT again getting a little bit mixed up here with Win or Die. But most splits are normal. The Hound not contended too much with the Woo. And they are both committing. Again, as the Woo will try and take the top side, and the How will take our south side again. Couple of seconds now, and the zone will expose itself. Oof, Millie. Hey, disgusting. Hello gang will be happy. BFG Salty will be happy as well that he was late. He helped us get the guys a little bit of a blessing in disguise and able to sort of wrap himself in and around. Vorpal Sword though, normal drop zone for them. They can get looting, get going as quick as they can. And M-Force, they've got an interesting game. They could potentially hold up this West Bridge if they wanted to. Same with our static mix. Could hold out on that sort of West Ham Bridge. Now BFG, they need to get moving quick. They've got to get through this gap here on the West Hand side before they get through. And again, the best team you look at is teams like Overpeakers, aka or Team Liquid before, is they will shift between the 2 minutes and 2 minutes 30 if there is a military island. It looks like they are looking like they're going, and this is the right decision. You can't let a team like M-Force or any team on this West Bridge get set up. You've got to be able to contend and get out of there pretty quick, because you know it's about the end game. If you get over there quick enough, you'll be able to get some loot. But what you don't want to be doing is getting caught up on this bridge here, where M-Force could, if they're quick enough, will position themselves early doors. Enforce now over the bridge. As double again taking opportunity to get over as quick, but the only one there. BFG coming straight behind. That mix might do the same on that east. They're not moving straight over, but might position themselves though. A little bit of a cheeky bridge camp. Okay, Zaki. Always an interesting finish if it ever goes Zaki. Very rare. Zaki finishes are more rare than the Miramar Island finishes. They are gold dust, especially to us casters. We like a Zaki in them, but military being normal. BFG getting themselves over now. Enforce will be following them, so I'll see them now go for the pickup as they do pick up their boy. And they will get themselves tighter. Is now going over. As BFG nice and clear. And BFG not holding the bridge, so Enforce the same. Both these teams clearly need a bit more loot. Double is a bit further down. Sword will come out this neck of the woods. You kind of look at this zone, think it's going to go very much over towards this sort of west hand side of military, but Double not quite getting the right run and jump. He gets caught on the lip. Parkour. Parkour. Get move. Take it. Little dive versus VNT. As they work their way, both these teams now towards this sort of west hand bridge. Give me good shots, but receives some heavy shots here. As left now switches the seat. VNT moving past. Enforce though, do take that section. Vorpal did come out towards that sort of west hand bridge. So they've come over to the other side. Yellow gang, they're coming back down now as Static Mix. Unfortunately, caught out slightly, but they do get the knock they needed. Yeah, gang not having the best of starts to see them. Another one goes down. And the second goes down. Ghetto gang, that's telling me put me in my place. Good knock 1 and 2. That's Dennis long distance and surprisingly Ghetto gang, yeah, it's not Static though. Took some time to get that knock he needed to, but in the end, and Ghetto gang find themselves down to a solo. And our Static Mix, I believe, is a 2. This is match number 5 of 6. We are best of 6 this evening for the PLH, the Pro League Hub. Don't forget, hit that subscribe and like button, as we are always going to try and push content. Part of the reason for testing here, I'll be honest, is that it's going to give us a platform that actually we could just instantly have YouTube Shorts be generated from the event and all the clips that were made. So again, giving all the players more exposure. Room for improvement over on this side. Most teams are thereabouts. Just splitting up a little bit. We've got a little bit of a fight on our hands now. As the remaining player, or Ghetto gang, is now climbing the high ground. Static Mix, the leader of the army, Team number 16. Just go straight off the edge. He doesn't need to actually put his bike further down. He has no idea. Hello Gang is right behind him. Doesn't even get to spin on time. And he's giving him the bike. So get a Gang. Taking the high ground and Static Mix going down. Oh, didn't click on one time. So Static Mix going down, 17th place for them. We're not even at our first zone go down, so much more of a quicker. West Ham Bridge though is looking a bit more hot as Win or Die is looking at a position now ready for Solos coming in for this West Ham side. Unlucky for those little concrete bodies taking initial shots. Marcy's Mix next on the agenda. Oh, you got a question, did he? Did he miss an opportunity getting that knock there? Let's get the headshot he needed. Paul doesn't get the knock he needed there. Big team. Oh, I've split the boys for solo. We have a team to contend Vorpal Sword this evening from a winner chicken dinner point of view. The Woo get a quick kill confirmed on the Howl. 16 teams, 59 players now left. Goes back to the lobby. He's pushing in. Solo, getting the knock they needed. Oh my god, that is far out of zone. He's down and out, and the Howl win that fight, and Yaz then will be tightening himself up and go back to the fight over here. That's the lobby is lurking in. Fragly is down. 2 AM. You can see him just appearing up on that map there. Coming in from the west. Phase 2 though is pushing itself over towards that military island, so expect teams to get involved quickly. They're gonna want to not leave it too long. It's only phase 2, so might get away with what you need. Price not taking the shots. 1-2 mix. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where the players are. Solo losing some. Mix versus Mix versus Solo. Oh man, took himself over. Oh, Solo in the bridge. Oh, they've got a player so far back. Bit of a bitty battle here on the West Bridge. Solo, the Solo player, still picking kills up. 2 AM. Need to get across. The Mix, Static Mix, need to also get across. 50 back to the 4. M4 still happy here. Vorpal Sword moving further back and get a gang. Solo under a lot of pressure. Oh, getting tabbed down. Eventually go down. Vorpal Sword go back to the normal drop zone. Okay, gonna take a little bit further out. Just above the hospital and room for improvement on that northwest corner. Cast a bit further around. DNR centralised up and Solo. He's taking some heat. Mix. Store trying to fight solo. Store alive as well. Oh, M4's getting 1, 2. A ton up quickly. BNT further down. Oh. Oh, he's hit the molly. That's him done. So phase 3 pulls back towards the bridge, goes north side, losing military. Castan is now ready to move out. AA plapping away through. GNR, they need to stop this push from AA. After all, what they got at the mountain, they're going round. After all, extending over towards the bowl. M-Force will be happy here. Roses need to deal with Corporal's sword. Oh, a headshot. Peak. Both players just like, well, is that really a player? Crunch playing well, man. Oh my days. Been tabbed. Wally. Final player. Disgusting shot. In the second corner, that did get some splash damage. Second knock. Sends out for the res. Also trying to get the numbers up. Rose is getting the Jason numbers back up. Both these players might try and push away from this one. Football sword down to the final player. Wicked. Last person left. Wicked waiting for them to come through. His zone is going to tab. This is going to hurt. This is about got to clear this fight quick and start medding. Both these players, all three of these players won't want to fight without the meds on. You know, get go one. Meds on, he may get his knock. All VNT though, do the damage. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. They've cleared that top side. They want to try and hold them. Force will have to extend out. G and R though, they've lost a couple here, but they've managed to pick up room for improvement as they come in the southeast corner. Phase 4. A lot less teams here. We're 11 up. 43 players, 33 players, sorry, remain. We're just about to hit 80 on the clock. Marbo just out of eyesight. Nade not too far off. Castanis gets a knock on the adjacent side as they are pushing through. Last player here for GNR. Only 1 kill. Gets the knock they need us. He whips that little left and right. Same again. That's disgusting. Marbo might have to continue the pressure. Nade over the top. Castanis though. They've got their kill confirmed. They're all coming in. Castanis though doing the right thing. Oh, they might get the steal. They did. So Castanis finishing that fight up. I'll still continue to push it. Marbo is the final player left here. That smoke will be the giveaway. B&T doing the right thing, trying to hold his south side as they take the long distance shots at RFI. So, quite a small zone. Quite a few teams still got high numbers in the game. AA did do the damage they needed to. As they get a quick kill confirm, and that zone shifting again back. Marbo fully extending over. It's certainly going to be one ending. Oof. PFG moving forward, 2 AM. Will die, get AA. Would have fought these guys. Nade. It bounced nicely. The final player here. Dude, actually, he's gonna get there. Is he gonna get a res in? I think he is. He gets it clean. Castanis though does damage on how. Need to get a nice clear. Castanis doing well this game. 2 AM versus BFG. BFG been lurking by that bridge for quite some time. They're not trying to work their way. And 2 AM will go check for the more of a northwest. M-Force already up here though, so up to M-Force now to try and hold as M-Force technically holding, maybe because they're too far split. It'll die trying to hold this north. There's BFG. Come in. There's one. Dogs lurking. It's gonna surely come up. So Salty's been knocked, kill confirmed from Castanis. So PSG gone down and out pretty quick there as Castanis dealt the damage. We've got top 4. Castanis have got the 4-man, but win or die seem to follow. Top 3 here. Football sort of, it's the first time that we've got difference here. That nade might not be too bad. That nade would have been bang on as well. So down to a 2-on-4. The two are really split. Gotta get knocked. Gotta get knocked. 11 kills, Castanis. Oh, he needs to go up the hill. There's a way of it as well. Final player. Doubles down on his ones. It's a 4-on-1. He knows he's got a player isolated on one side. Nade over the top. Damage is done. Doubles done. Doubles as well. Gonna win a chicken dinner. Castanis going down and out. And it's the ending for that one. Very hard. It's 2-on-4. And they're split, right? So it's gonna be very, very hard for them to try and get away from this one. Need to go out. Need to come over. Good push though. Cars used well. Close the gap. Doesn't give M-Force the chance to try and get a knock on the win. But yeah, winner chicken dinner. But Castanis, a team really quiet in the mirror mask, but now coming alive as they did get the top kill, damage and assist with 13 kills on the board. Everyone put a shift in. M4 Stoke, 8 kills, good game for them. And again, early rotation for them over to the other side. On to Mix though with 7 kills for them. BFG, again, one of the teams early over. No kills, 5th place though. I think they'd be disappointed they didn't get any on the board. 4 kills, 3. Anyone big? No, all 3. So mainly hoovered up here. Castanis, Cast. They take most of the stuff. Right, that's game number 5. Our final game is coming up, though. Let's have a quick break, and I'll see all you guys on the next wrangle.
backward and over again. I'm jumping through, so have to making you smile as long as I can. Storm clouds are coming, and it's best if you prepare. If we get tomorrow, unless I can try, give you love to borrow, just to get us by. And sometime when you're ready, soften up the blow. Our love was never made to last. I don't wanna give you back to hold on to.
Let's go! Our final game this evening. Apologies, I didn't have my mic on when I transitioned over towards the leaderboard. But as I was saying, massive though, as Sword though clearly leading the way. But Cascanas though really kind of jumped that leaderboard after that game at number 5. Game 6 though with a east down towards a southwest. And it really does sort of linger to another military island. It does push up a little bit higher up. We have seen a couple of crazy, but with a shallow playing path here, it is a good end. Not quite as a boring flight path as we would want, especially for the teams who would want the generic drop zones here. Looks like VNT though and AA all contending here for our Lipovka. Those don't get clean. Castanis clean as well. Looks like we are still seeing that fight out for Yaz. Room for improvement, win or die there. 2 AM and Solo going to be contending out towards that top side. Looks like Woo getting the first knock though in Yaz. Most other teams are out and about with no problems. AA and VNT going to be tight, and I think Quizzy and the boys here for Hal going to be the ones to watch. Sono is going to expose itself. It's not a mini. It's very much on that west hand side, so these teams are going to find themselves and get a big extension and rotate over as quick as they can. Let's see if the Woo and How will end up fighting Store at this neck of the woods quite early on. BNT versus AA is a lot of fight to have. That's neck of the woods, and the bodies you can see are coaches as they drop themselves out. Coaches obviously are allowed in PUBG, and they tab out quite early. They're on mute, but they're basically allowed to watch their team, make notes. They can't communicate with the team. Able to do what it needs to take. Oh my god, the owl though doing the damage this time over. Let's go tune in. Mixing Quizzy the last two. Quizzy's got one. Nixie be holding out. I think they've heard each other. Just waiting for the next move and the next exposure. The How go down to a 2. Bit of a backwards and forwards battle here. Ow. Time so I'll get ready to whip out. Let's confirm. So we're on the mad, they'll split. Holding different angles here. Mad missing his first opportunity because he goes through. But tighten himself up quick, mad. Too far out. Hit and run here, needs to isolate, does get one. Oof. Nearly going for the shotgun, just quite missing. Quizzy will be able to stick the res on, and the Woo clean. ENT are still not quite engaged here with after all. Shift though, start to see some teams now work their way into AM though to take South Georgia. Solo is below them. Gonna die. They normally drop at that Rozak Water Worlds. Looks like they're gonna extend themselves over towards that Gatka. Maybe take high lows and just hopefully for it to come back to Everest. Everest does seem to be a magnet sometimes for these kind of zones. Solo, they do have or have extended down towards the observatory. Below them though is our mixed team, which is our Marcy mix in on Lama Hill, all the way across towards that Swamp. Football Sword though to take down the Pachinki. M4 so taking on GNR as they rotate through. Quite a storm not happening over this neck of the woods. M4 and GNR trying to get some they've got one. Oof. Of course, 1, 2. Ryder is taking the long distance. Needs to get a knock here. Can't quite get it. Actually receiving the damage more so back their way. In for improvement, extending down. They are following the same path as BFG. Do get the knock they need. But the gang over. Like Mix following their rotation path, and Castanis, who had an outstanding game 5, can now come over just south of Potato Hill. M-Force are playing hyper aggressive here. It's not whizzing the car past. Doing the bunny hops to see if they can identify where the players are. Not in the car. BNR retreating away. That's Anna's taking the shots on Static Mix as they weave their way through. Go back down to try and get the momentum needed to go. BFG with a 2-2 split. You know, sit in the middle, bottom of chopsticks. RFI take top of chopsticks now. Why has it not moved yet? Patiently waiting. He knows. He's heard him. He's waiting for him to come around the corner. It's a little two-step shuffle. Barrel versus double shotgun. You look at the wall. I wonder if he's going to get exposed. Confidently extending out. Phase number 1. It's going to go phase 2 shortly. It's coming quick. Good nade. After all, need to make the adjustment though. Good hold as holding the gap here. There's 1 and 2. That's critical. Stopping the flush. It's going to allow Baku is now going to be able to tighten himself up and go get the res after receiving the first knock. Good hold, understanding where that gap was. They were critical shots needed, really. BNT find themselves down for a 2 now as they push forward. There comes the second final player now left after the jiggly move. Oh, I haven't even saw it. Disgusting pre-fire coming around. AA do take the win there. The zone is tightened up. Looks like we're going for a snowmobile maybe. Snowmobile takes the bottom side here. Chopsticks are in play. Could go up towards that way. Lots of options actually for the ending. Continue to wrap all over that. On to mix. Just take South Pachinki Hill, the Woo in Pachinki North side as they push up to the compound. BFG still with that 2-2 split. M-Force now come off of Llama. Mix is just taking the compound's north side of Llama as Wolf Sword playing the south. Castanis though, who have been a bit aggressive in game 5, has started it with a nice level of aggression, taking on the shots and will stop him for Static Mix, who've now found themselves centralised compounds. Again coming in from behind. AA, the only team now remaining still on the outside. Castanis running over Castanis, but actually, what's it run over Ghetto Gang? Oh, who's going to take his vehicle? I was keen to wait for zone shift now. This is game number 6 of 6 this evening on our best of 6 for PLH, our Pro League Hub. I'm keen to see if it does push back very, very south. Awful Sword getting chased down again. M-Force again, a team that's been quite aggressive this game. Awful Sword are coming out over the open plains. Team which I think has won this evening. Huge points on the board for them. Oh, Hodem Ziki, so kind of like the telltale sign of actually it might be actually them staying close. Both you two getting shot from the side. Able to get his nades and both exchange on nades. Castanis though gets Kron, who wraps in from behind. He's now got to deal with a drive-by. Good kill and confirm. Ken coming in from behind. Does go north. A lot of teams on the migration now. Flash over. Oh, disgusting move. Wrapping way around. Taking Vorpal Sword out, 15th place, but definitely feel like they've done enough. Unless a team is really hyper aggressive on it. Oh, actually, sorry, I meant to push that out later, but I pushed that too early. So Vorpal Sword, you missed that one. Yeah, I just wanted to have a quick look. Vorpal Sword, taking it away. So sorry, I was doing something and I clicked the button and I shouldn't have. Lesson learned. So GNR taking a pound fight. And they do take chopsticks. Let's go top side. Doesn't go for this bottom bit. PUBG time. Alright, RFI tight. Will die holding up by Gatka. Solo just on the outside. 2 a.m. with a 2-1 split. Go going by Ruins as the Woo go again for a split here. Roses again with a strange split, but they've got a high ground really. Kemba coming down. I think he's just having a little scout, get the information, get what he needs from it. Castanislow does come in and gets one. Nearly get the second. This nade's going to cause the damage though. He does get the second. Sorry, it's going to go straight under. Oh jeez Louise, what a nade! Strong performance. Let's survive. GG's. This. It's the knocks he needs, and that nade there goes straight under the car with a chicken dinner. And force receiver knock. It comes back their way, going to the field. This little shack here is deadly at this one. Obviously, might be trying to extend that here. They're going to lose the high ground here. AA eventually. Welcome back to the zone, boys. Then I'll come in, taking a bit of heat and the initial fight. Empty by the drop that sits behind him. Yellow gang, the same as they work their way up. And just going for it. Oh my god, nearly got him down. So it's got to be impressive from him now. Graham gets solo. They're wrapping down and they're wrapping quickly on him. After all, a team that's been out of the action for quite some time. They got caught up early doors there by VNT. Players are eventually going down. Yellow gang, who extended out to try and get the drop, actually finds himself in a bit of a difficult situation. Shoot and move, shoot and move, shoot and move. Gets caught. Final player after all. Now pushing down and around. Yellow gang using numbers, but not losing their focus now on the final players after all. Cheeky breaks, wiggling through the blues. They go out the other side. We'll go for a long rotation away from Ghetto Gang. Going to be straight towards Solo. AM catches one. Kills on the board. Oh, gets caught. It's 2 a.m. Need to work the way and get a gang. Has been chasing this neck of the woods. PFG though, taking long distance shots. Taking over as RFI, also the one taking the shots across. 2 a.m. Last player swaps. Trying to knock. Oh. Gets a knock, but as he spins around, Ghetto Gang takes a full heady though from BFG. I don't think he's be able to get in. You have to try and get the car. Ghetto Gang now on the escape. He should just find enough of the zone in, but has to get down to this with his little rock here. Oh, he's just out as well and gets caught at the end. Oh, that car split from him. GG's. Quizzy, last remaining player here from the Woo. Go for a full send. Have that little shot. Can he get in? Oh, he's in. 50 short of going to see him. He worst shack in the world, but he's in. Unfortunately, I think can see him from there. PFG, I think, got an angle. Rose needs to try and get themselves in. There's that M4 though, taking the fight uphill. So solo remaining player taking on our Marcy Mix. Anyway, a bit of splash damage, isn't it? Of course, huge issues for him. He's out. The worst of me, nade. RFI clearing, you might find them whipping the nades over to the other side now. Oh, Renot Marbo gets it. I was taking some heat out in the blue. I'm surprised you get away with it, I'm not gonna lie. Almost dead. Oof. A boost saved him. Top 6 though, becoming a little bit of a centre of attention. Mix is going up and over. Wade popping out like the trenches. Problems though. Oof. Causing problems for the teams. Getting on the other side. GNR down to one man. We've lost the Woo. Rose is now working their way in. RFI needs to think. BFG might put themselves in for another win. Mix just on the outside. That's a lobby down as well. Problem goes out to zone. So a bit of a 2-on-1 fight here. As the smokes will dissipate. Problem with both these teams here. You've got such an open ground to fight. And RFI. Again, got to push their way in. Hope the man who's in. Oh, he should pop himself up and over here. He has. He's picked up one. I don't know if he's seen Salty. BFG need to control this push. Oh, that's two. That's Lobby goes down in 6th. Tackle pushing on this as well. If he's gaming down for a 2. But there's that push coming in. And those might be good, you know. Oof, unlucky. Lots of splash damage on the nade. RFI clean in. GNR though, they're still trying to get in. Might get past now. He's just coming over the top, causing huge. He's got a nade as well. He's not got the nade. He got in there quick as well. BFG down to a 1. 5 teams up. BFG, one of the teams that I felt was going to be the strongest to win it based upon location. Now, losing numbers quick. Good pushing though. Good understanding though from Static Mix. Trying to take that. Good. Sneaky from Grobe. And then good push, draw the attention over and able to get the knock that he needed to. By holding. You know, getting the res in. With the smokes. Rose is the only team on the outside here. Don't want anything to do with this. Oof. Deck is nearly. He's got 1. Stacking up. And in 5th. 4 teams now remain. RFI. They've only got the 2. Should be able to get the res on. GNR back to a 1, unfortunately for them. And there he goes. He's gone down and out. That mix though. They're on the right thing moving in. And will we see our team Rose based upon that they are on the outside and not in that mix, that they can get away with this? Get closer on zone. That's good, buddy. Done. Oof. Right, 3 teams remain. Rose now mainly in zone. RFI need to get in. Down to a 2. And the mix though, static mix, they made that right play. They I say maybe 30 seconds quite late on the third party, but their time was so well. Like BFG losing 2, had to focus on this east hand side of the compound and able to really deal with it and just kind of 50-50 focusing backwards and forwards and allowed him in. Then it started flushing. Static seeing Marbo. Mod EM. Trying to make an attempt out. That's a quick kill confirm. 4v3v1 now. Marbo extending out. Trying to take on foot. He's not in just here yet. He's only got 1 smoke left, so he'll be very cautious. He will expose himself now. Rose though doing the right thing. They've got a knock. Might allow Marbo in if I'm honest. Let's get the res clean. They have back to a 4. Oh, that's actually gone. No, he's lagged out. He's gone to a 3. What time to go? So the advantage here with Team Rose is that the teams have to run directly at them. They're the only ones in. It's a horrible zone when it comes down to the sort of terrain. Just about the angles here, so they mix. Getting the angles they need, using the smoke they need to. Continue to pressure forwards. Marbo store laying low here. He's in for this, but he's not in for the next one. I think he's waiting for the guys to go. He's dropped his pack. Oof, there's a knock. We might see these guys go. Marbo could wrap him from behind. Oh, they've got one back. Marbo, he gets up. He might cause some issues now. The mix is obviously after losing static to AFK. Got the isolated one. Oh my god. I was getting the flashes on. The 1v1v2. I'll be using their time. They've both got great angles on the players. Oh, we're still going to see them two fighting each other now. Marbo goes. It's a 2-on-1. At 50-50 when it comes down to zone touching and moving. Good tabs. Pushing forward, continues getting the angles. We've got the util static mix store. Pushing store, trying to apply pressure. Oh, that nade's good. Just short. Oh, it goes to a one-on-one. Ember's got it. Surely. Got no lid though. I was like, no, trying to lose his man. He pushes himself around, using the smallest ridge he's got. Now finds himself in. Let's say the bushes are cover. They can't suck up the bullets. They will dissipate. Now that rock's gone, you would expect static mix to go. He's somewhere. Now look at this. Rose has got this tiny, tiny ridge. And on the other side, static mix is the same. Looking for the player. Difference is he's up on his feet. Static mix, though, in the position to maybe catch the player as he stands up. Remember, he's going to have to get up now. Looking for him. Kemba needs to get up now. This is where if he stood up now, he's lost the ridge. Now he stood up. There you go. Gets the winner chicken dinner. Woo! Spicy. Rose, though. Taking it at the very, very end. GG's there. Oh, I was just like, it's kind of, I suppose you're thinking, like, is he not going to stand up? Is he? Because at the time that the static mix is looking on the other side, it's like quite high. It's like, oh, he's going to get caught. He's going to get caught. But static mix, 9's kill here. 2-1 on the damage. It's 4 assists, though. Go for room for improvement. Let's have a quick look, though. 5 kills, 9 kills static mix, 6 kills for room for improvement. Bit of a gory GNR, though. They get 5 as well. Biffy's gaming, they were the better ones for the position. It was theirs to lose, but with that push, though, from RFI, good play. And actually, more importantly, good third-party action, though, coming from static mix. Spicy mix, though, does come in with a cheeky 4 as the woo. It's up on 5. Yellow gang out early. 6 kills, though. Same with M-Force. 5 kills and 9th. And same, look, after all, early fight for them. 13th place, but again, 6 kills. A little bit more spread amongst the pack at the end there. But anyway, oh, I can't play that last action replay, so very, very sorry. Let's see if... no, it doesn't really like it today. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the leaderboard. Give that a quick reload. And we reload the page. That's on there. Hasn't quite got what we need. But Vorpal Sword, though, will be taking the day. Winnow Die M-Force playing well. Castaner's done well at the very end there as well. Rose, though, jumping. They're going to be jumping their way up onto that side because, obviously, with that strength for that end game was good for them. So GG's overall speaking. Obviously, thanks to everyone that has tuned in and, more importantly, actually gave us a subscribe on YouTube. Again, this is only a little bit of a cheeky test. It was just to see how things work out, or how things work out when it comes down to YouTube and what's it like and what the bit rates are. Generally speaking, it's been good. There's been a couple of blips, but that's okay. Don't mind. We don't mind the blips. We can work through the blips as he does try to upload something else, but it's not playing ball. I've been changing it. Anyway, that was match number 6 done and dusted. Obviously, I thank everyone very much for tuning in. It has been the Pro League Hub, and I've been Mark. And I will see all you guys. It must be next week now. We are trying to work with Chunks to get a few things done and dusted. But yeah, stay tuned. I'll see you everyone in the coming days. Much love. Peace.